Hello, here we are.
I feel like you're Australian at the start of every show. Like,
Hello.
Good day, everybody.
Yeah. This is a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Anyway,
right.
Briscoe's going to come after us and be like, that's not funny. You guys aren't good.
That's not what we sound like, except that you do.
Exactly. Except when he says that he's sexy. Ah, Anyway, guys, welcome. Oh, my goodness. And look, John Wolf is in the chat. Hello, John Wolf in the chat.
Buddy.
And I said John Wolf. I got it right. I'm just kidding. And look, and you know what, Kay, I didn't know what you were talking about, and then I highlighted over there, and sure enough, you took your mouse over the icon, and it shows
you the breakdown.
The breakdown. Look at that. That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Did that.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
that is cool. Sweet. We got over 50 people here already. Thank you so much for being here. We are super excited today for today's subjects, and so many we're going to cover, so many great topics, but we had to get the man himself. Let's see, the insider. I mean, the man. Oh, I'm just kidding. Look at it.
Yeah, I'm out. See you later, guys.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Come on back, Kay. The one and only K.Asante. Kay, welcome, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Great.
Good, brother.
Thank you for being here, I'm happy to be here. This is always great to be able to have great conversations with RHETRI and WEBDAVE. You know,
yes,
I feel great whenever I'm invited to the council. I'm here. What's going on?
And you know for a fact that you basically are one of the council members because you have always answered the bat signal in the call and helped us out many times, and we greatly appreciate that more than you'll ever know.
If that's the case, one of these days I'm gonna want a robe on the corner there, but I need that Mace Windu purple. The purple.
He wants the purple.
I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that.
You know what it is.
I'll get Shaun Labrie on that right away.
Yeah, make it happen, Shaun.
I love it. I love it. So, do you want the hood up? Or you want it down? How you want?
Hey man, I'm partial to either, right? It just has to give me that Sam Jackson swagger with the purple. I'm good. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Well, I'll do it for sure. I'll do. You think I'm kidding, but I'm gonna do that.
To a little point on that, I actually just watched an interview with Sam Jackson. He just wanted to be on a part of Star Wars so bad. He was telling everyone, like, I didn't give a shit if I was a stormtrooper in the background. He's like, and then I became a Jedi. And then they were like, what color do you want? And I'm like, purple. Like, oh man, like,
I love that, man.
Of course,
you can do no wrong.
You're not gonna cover up Sam Jackson's face and making him a stormtrooper. That's crazy. Like, you're making
exactly
a Jedi, dude. Yeah,
so sweet, so sweet. And of course, my co-host, the man, the mostest. He is awesome, and he's got his own show on Saturdays, which is amazing and doing well. And RHETRI, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on, Dave? I'm doing good, man. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're watching the show. Maybe you're getting in some gaming at the same time. Maybe you're doing two things at once. I know a lot of you guys like to do that. But yeah, happy to be here, man. We got 73 people in here. I don't think I have the thing that you do when you are you saying when you go over the destinations? Are you seeing the breakdown? Or
when I take my mouse and just put over the big eye that tells you who's like the watching icon, it pops up for me. And that's not doing it for you?
No, that's why I was wondering if it.
I mean,
maybe only the admin. Only the admin. Maybe
I'm
not sure. Yeah.
I got jealous. I'm like, it's not working for me, but I'm gonna try it next Saturday on my show.
There you go.
I'm super curious. Yeah.
Well, right now it says there's 13 on my X channel, 14 on your X channel, and 46 on YouTube watching us.
Yeah,
I'm just like we were just saying, like K was asking, he's like, hey, what's going on with the X thing? Because we were that was a mystery for a while, but I'm amazed at how many people are actually watching us on Twitter. It kind of makes me feel old because I would never do that, but I super appreciate you guys who are doing that. I think it's really cool that we can spread the love in all kinds of different directions. So pause.
Exactly. But yeah. Exactly. Hey, I want to welcome Def Leopard. We've got Day Rizzy, Timmy is here as well. Green Goblin. Oh my gosh. I can't even pronounce his name. Louis German. I'm gonna butcher it, man. He's even a channel member.
Louis Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Okay.
Yeah.
say?
It could be an H. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Jimenez, maybe.
There we go. We got
Just call
30
him
below.
Luis. When you don't know the last name, you just go Luis.
There you go.
What's up,
And so
Jeff?
many
How you
others. So many, and we greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all being here, as well as we have a super chat because we couldn't start the show until we heard from the man himself.
The man with maybe the million. He might be the real man with the million because this guy
might be. He works hard enough.
All the monies. Yeah. Adidas 20 with the $10 says, as always, I'm here. Adidas Bot. He is self-named himself Adidas Bot. I like that. What's up, Web, RHETRI, and Asante? Salute to you, brother.
Right, that got you,
good guy
man.
right there. Yeah, I love Adidas, man.
Good, new member as well.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Bob MCPE just became a YouTube member. So congratulations, Bob. Welcome to the council, my friend. I like your avatar. Looks like a dragon. I like dragons. So let's go.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, man. So RHETRI, let's get this party started. I know where you're gonna go, man.
I'm gonna ask Kay what I always ask Kay when he's here. He probably knows I'm gonna ask him. But what games have you been playing? Any movies and TV show? I know most people don't talk too much about the movies and TV show stuff, but I know Kay plays a lot of different unusual games. I kind of feel like
I play a lot of different games. I watch a lot of weird TV because I've been pulled in many directions with the fam. Believe it or not, TV, Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
A lot of Dragon Ball Z.
Wow.
Because my daughter has caught the DBZ bug. So we basically just started from scratch.
Bonding over that. I love it.
And my son also big into Dragon Ball Z. Another thing that they're watching, which it's a kid's show, but it's a Marvel kid show, and it's quite good. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil, Devil Dinosaur. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
I heard of that one. Okay,
it is so good. Oh my god! It's for her. It's Disney Plus. Yeah.
Okay,
it's for her. It's for a younger audience, but it is so good. Well thought out. Every time I watch X-Men 97 or OG X-Men, it reminds me how old I was when that first kind of entered my psyche and what it did to me. And what I credit X-Men and X-Men 97 as creating of what I am today. A lot of my politics, a lot of all that stuff came from OG X-Men, right? And Moon Girl is creating my child psyche, and I can see it, and it's beautiful. What a good show. It's so cool. If you have any kids, watch Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur with them. So that's what I've been doing a dragon. And actually this was as recently as a couple minutes ago before I started the show. DBZ and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And then as for games, honorable mention, I finished Fallout with the wife 2 days ago. So finished watching the Fallout series with the wife. Yeah, excellent. We loved that. We thought that was really cool. Yeah, and as for games, let's see. I'm still on Trinity Fusion. I really love Trinity Fusion. I'm really enjoying it. I found out that 4 people made it, so that blew me away even more. So I've been playing that. It's a Metroidvania, very indie focused, but the quality is off the charts. So good, run after run after run. It's really really cool. I've been doing that. Of course, I'm continuing my path into what do you call it? Dragon's Dogma 2. And I would have continued that path until a small game called Ain't No Rest for the Wicked came in and kind of stole my life, boy. I love that game. Oh my God, that game is amazing. So that's what I've been playing right now. I've been playing a lot of No Rest for the Wicked. Yes.
Let me ask you a quick question on No Rest though. The difficulty level, I'm seeing it's turning a lot of people off. Is it bugging you? I'm hearing some issues they're not in the pairing mechanic itself, and maybe there's some latency with the pairing. The pairing mechanic is garbage.
That's what it is. It is garbage.
Okay.
It is
all right.
Absolute garbage. Don't even bother with it. I've been doing the roll mechanics. You roll out, you roll back in, and then you stab or you attack.
The parry. I thought you had to parry.
So far, I've been able to ignore. At the level you're at. And by the way, I've made it so. In the beginning of the game, you start in the captain. You're in the pirate ship. Everybody's seen it so far. Pirate ship, and you're getting it, and there's big war going on. And then eventually you land on shore, right? And at some point you hit a big boss, like a really big boss, your first real big boss. I've been able to use the parry mechanic to get through that whole thing, beat the boss. Took me a long time to beat the boss. And now I'm roaming around in the city. And all the while I have not parried once. So I don't know if they'll change that sooner rather than later, but I think the parry mechanic is garbage, and the roll has been getting me by. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm hearing like right now on Steam, it's very kind of mixed reviews for no.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is still early. We don't know when that's coming out, right? Kay, there's not
on console date, at all, right? And we don't even know when it's releasing out of early access. But like early access? I gotta tell you, like, I'm not a Souls-born person. I avoid them basically. I think I said this a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I avoid it because I'm not a masochist. I don't want to break my head or the controller. I don't want to do that. Right. And usually, and people, the virtual tomatoes can come at me. It's fine. Usually I find them lacking in important ways. I have a certain requirement for my games that I play, but I find Souls games focus so much on gameplay that it either becomes an ugly looking game or a game with like an obtuse, ridiculous story that means nothing.
Yeah.
And to me, the story and the look has to be there. Right. And people love the gameplay because that keeps them going through it. The gameplay alone will turn me off. I need the story to be great. I need the visuals to be great. So even though this thing is kicking my ass, I'll keep going because I want to know what happens next. Right. No Rest for the Wicked. Amazing story. And it is a freaking feast. You can stand in one spot. Oh yeah. I see you there, Def Leppard. Lies of P. Lies of P was good.
See,
that was visually good.
Was tough.
Yeah. That was visually good.
Beautiful.
Yes. But I'm telling you, No Rest for the Wicked. You can stand just in a spot, and the grass is is moving.
The environment is what
it is just bonkers how beautiful that game is. Like there is no piece of asset that stands still. It's all wafting and it's all
everything's live.
It is amazing. I love that game. Even though it's difficult, it's kind of keep me going back because I just want to see what happens in the story next. And it's just the black levels are amazing. That game needs to be played on an HDR display. It is so good looking, amazing. It really is.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit on Twitch, and to no surprise, the environments are what I was just I could not get over. How beautiful the game was. I mean, we got the last Ori game, I think, 2020.
It's the end of Ori when everything is kicking into high gear. That's where they start. Yeah. They start where Ori ended. It's amazing looking. Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations to Moon Studios. I hope they can fix all the problems. There's a lot of Steam guys that are giving the game a lot of crap right now.
Yep.
But we don't know when
that's a special game. It's a special game.
Yeah. Like it took all of my energy to not get that on Steam, to be honest with you. And the only reason I didn't was I want achievements, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Because I did Dragon's Dogma 2, I did on Steam, and man, I was missing those achievements. But it's hard. Like Moon Studios I got multiple Ori t-shirts. It's probably my favorite platform.
One of the best games out there, man. One of the best games.
It's like Super Mario 3. It's right there with the best of the best of all time, in my opinion. So
and while we're talking best game of the years and this and that, I will put my last one, and we won't talk about this one because I think I've spoken about it. Those who like it. Those who don't, just get out of here with this. I hate card games. Balatro, game of the year. I'm sorry. It is
Balatro,
every morning.
I don't know if I'm
every morning at 4 to 5 a.m. Your boy is on the screen just playing Balatro at any given time. It is an amazing game. But yes,
I love that you have a dedicated hour for
because I have a touch screen, right? And this is a game where you hit the button and it waits for your next move. And if you haven't moved, it's just standing there waiting for you, right? You don't have to be engaged. You just look over and go, and then hit another button, and then you keep. It is such a great game. I play that all the time.
Speaking my language right now, Kay. I'm like, you don't have to pay attention the whole time. I'm gonna write that one down.
I love you guys. Otherwise, I'd be up here playing Balatro right now.
Well, we'll know what you're doing.
You can play if you want to. We'll let you.
Your hands are, off screen touching things. But that's awesome, Kay.
Anyway,
yeah, exactly. Dave, what about you, man? What have you been playing?
Well, I actually have not been playing anything this week.
Been busy for you.
Just unfortunately, little things going on. I did watch second episode of Fallout, so episode 3 is in the queue to watch.
Nice.
Wrapping up things on the house, as it were. So hopefully that'll be officially on the market Monday. She's going over to stage it. So yeah. So that's where I'm at on that. And I do have to say one thing. We do have a member chat I want to get to, and then we'll find out what you've been playing. But I need to say, fark you.
He did it for you, buddy.
Love you, fark you.
Yeah. Abdel became a member for 2 months. You know what's funny is it shows different. I'm looking at it. It shows very well like on this chat versus this because it looks like a dragon over here. Then it's definitely a pony over there.
Pony.
Pony's
The
playing
pony.
for launching 1X with Cuphead. Sony launching PS5 Pro with Astrobot. LOL. I don't want to hear no hate on Astrobot. I actually like Astrobot. Helldivers 2 on Xbox. Special Nick, best leaker in the industry. Yo, listen,
It's true.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about that. Like, I get nervous about even mentioning these things, these leaks. I think it makes sense. But
I just hope it's true because when it is, because I've been saying this. I've been saying that people keep remembering these sports teams as if they always have just the same general managers. It changes all the time, B.
Hiroki Totoki,
and when it changes, so does the vision, right?
Yes.
I will be so damn messy on the internet when this happens because there are people who've come at me face blank going, it's never going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be a real bad day for y'all when it happens.
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It's a gas game, bro. Like,
I'll tell you what's not going to happen. Starfield is never coming to PlayStation 5.
Dave has planted his flag on that one. Clip it, guys, just in case he's wrong later. He can shove it in his face.
I mean, sir,
single player game.
I would not. I would look. I have no tea I'm spilling, but I will just say the world we live today. I would not just be so flippant with that.
Telling you maybe not to take that.
That's right.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying is nobody should bet with you on that one. You shouldn't take any bets on that one. Just don't.
Don't go with that one.
Please don't do it.
We'll see. Oh, look who it is. It's the one and only piece of shit.
TTS. I'm about talking that shit. What's up, Shaun? 786 with the $5 says, "What's good, homies? TTS all day, every day, and F these 9 toes, these 9 toes $2 host ponies." Thank you for keeping it clean, Shaun. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah,
Shaun, we love it, man. We love you, dude. So amazing, such a great content provider. Him and Dirt on TTS is absolutely one of the best shows on YouTube.
Fun
it's
to
so
watch.
entertaining.
Sure,
exactly.
Super entertaining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when Shaun goes off, piece of shit. I love it.
I
love Abdel says, "RHETRI from the streets, WebDave on the beach, K.Asante taking the heats." I guess. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's another good one. A Shaun-ism, as it were. Take a look at
this shit. Yeah. That's how you know. That's how you know their audience is here. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Shaun, we need to get you back on soon, buddy. Let me know when you get a day off again. Just saying.
Yes, sir.
Sunday off. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. And RHETRI, what have you been watching, playing, and all that kind of good stuff?
Well, I finished Fallout way too quickly, at an unhealthy pace. This is why sometimes I know that people hate this. Sometimes I agree with Paris. Maybe Paris do not agree on a lot of things, but I
had to agree with him too.
Okay, see, we're old school. You know what it is? I think from Paris's, I think a lot of people don't understand like Paris's point on that. I don't mean to talk for Paris, but I think he also means like talking about it, being able to talk about it on a podcast like week to week. I used to listen to a ton of podcasts about like Game of Thrones, all the shows that I love. And every week it was something I look forward to. And I'm just afraid that the Fallout conversation is going to dissipate quickly. But I'm in the minority. I'm definitely in the minority because when I say that, everyone's like, shut up, RHETRI. Like, I like binge watching.
So I agree with you, RHETRI. I agree with you because I binge it and I want to binge it. But sometimes we cannot be left to our own devices because it goes. You've blown your load. Pause.
Right.
And now you're stuck with it. You know what I mean? Whereas X-Men 97 is still going hot and heavy. Every week there's another episode and more something for people to talk about. You know,
yeah.
So I see where Paris is coming.
I see it from both sides. Because the funny thing is that you mentioned X-Men, because God, I guess I'm full of shit because I'm actually waiting for that to end so I can then go get it for 1 month.
You can binge it
because
there you go.
Because I stopped my Disney thing a while ago. But yeah, to each their own. If you guys love binging, you're in the majority. I am living on an island, just me and K.Asante and Paris. We get tomatoes thrown at us for wanting to go weekly. But
read that chat real quick when you get a chance.
Yeah, Jeremy says, "Sup, boys? Listening from Canada, Quebec. Let's go. Love to hear it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, if you guys are and from, if you're not from the U.S., definitely put, where you listen to us from. I definitely appreciate that stuff, man." And Shaun says, of course, hit that like button. Thank you, Shaun, because we always forget to say that around here.
And we all know that Shaun is from the UK.
But for me, I finished RoboCop, by the way. So shout out to Adidas. Nice. He gifted me that game. I got sidetracked with Dragon's Dogma to my game of the year, but then I got back into that game. Unreal Engine 5, I believe, was RoboCop. So
yes,
not all games are doo-doo.
The first and only Unreal Engine 5 game that was not doo-doo. Well, it was at launch, but it got good quickly. Yes.
Oh, was that? I didn't even realize that was bad. So
yeah. It was bugged. It was bugged out at launch. Yes.
Okay.
But
yeah, to be fair,
I think it was like 2 days. Right? It was back to normal. So yes, it's the only one that's still good. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of hate out there for the poor Unreal Engine. I guess Coalition will let you all know, just like Epic does with Fortnite. Like some people, maybe they should stop spending all the bags on Infinite Umbra's promotion and go fix that engine. I'm just saying.
I know. He was on our show last night. Yeah, he was telling it as usual. Yeah, I backed away from that. I used to be team Unreal Engine 5, and it kept getting worse. And I'm like, bro, I think I'm gonna have to leave you alone on this one, brother. Mm-hmm. You by yourself.
Team Bespoke Engine right here. Team Bespoke Engine. Give me new stuff. It's fine.
yeah, absolutely. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been playing. So and of course Fortnite, man. I played till 4 o'clock in the morning with some of the homies. Yeah, but we just can't help ourselves. It's so addicting. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, man. So I guess we can move on to the first subject. Unless you got anything else, any other
message in there for K. Abdel had a question.
Ja, ik spreek nog steeds een beetje Nederlands. Niet veel, maar het komt nog steeds omhoog soms. Yes, I do speak a little Dutch. Doesn't happen often, but every once in a while I like to.
That was very fluid. It didn't even look like. You like, damn.
My wife is Dutch. I got to keep my skills quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. I forgot about that. That's okay. Yeah. It's probably a safe bet that you should probably do.
She speaks English to me. I speak Dutch to her. Yeah.
All right. Hey, and welcome out to Mav from Fun Speculation, another amazing channel in this community. Oh my gosh, he does so many great shows. And PM and the PM is still that's a hard to miss on a Thursday. I love that show. Mm-hmm. Love it. Good
show. Dynamic duo, man. Those two.
Yeah. Exactly. But there's so many really good, nice, smart content creators that are in this community. I don't want to speak for RHETRI, but I think we feel pretty blessed to be, even in the community all, and then to have, over 200 people watching us. So it's awesome. It's awesome. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Yes, we do. So yeah, RHETRI, where'd you want to go? I'm sorry, I get all sentimental and mushy.
No, hey man, we gotta thank everybody. Absolutely, I'm all about that shit. Our first thing, and we're gonna kind of go through these real quick, and if you guys have anything to add to it, you obviously can. So this is kind of like a quick news segment. Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcements. It's claimed essentially. So some insider data mining, it looks like, on a possible Mafia. I don't know if it's going to be Mafia 4, but Kay, we talked about this in the green room. You were a fan of the Mafia series. You thought 3 was a little underrated. So this is obviously something that you might be excited about.
Absolutely. No, I really liked the original, the latest Mafia 3. it's actually like super on sale at any given time. It's like peanuts on the dollar at this point. People should play it. People should definitely play it. It is your GTA clone, as they all tend to be, right? But it's got an amazing story. It's got the lady who plays she plays in what the heck are we talking about? In Jedi Survivor. She's a Jedi. She used to be a Jedi. She also plays in Suicide Squad.
Is it the black woman with the short hair? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is in Mafia 3 as well. Huge afro. She's one of the heads of the mafioso in Louisiana. Like,
nice.
You live for the cutscenes in that game. Like it's great storytelling, and it's like hard R. Like they dropping them N-bombs left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing it. They do it. But it's subject matter accurate. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah. Like, I appreciated they really went there, because you think about that idea of somebody coming back from Vietnam War, a black man coming back from Vietnam War to that level, that time in America, and you come back and you're just like, I've served my country, and they're like, look at these ninjas walking around here. Everywhere you go, it's just like, you total disrespect. It was a powerful game. People should play it. It's really good.
Yeah, I think you sold me on that, Kay. I'm gonna have to give that one a try. Lotus eSpirit gifted 5 memberships, man. So appreciate that, Lotus.
It did. Let's see, it went out to dear God. I can't read worth shit tonight, dude. Let's see here.
I didn't see when it happened, to be honest with you. I got it.
Right.
So we got Roshan. We got
great members. Grumpy Shaman.
Yeah. Dayreezy, Green Goblin, and this guy.
And that dirty wolf. That dirty wolf.
That one. Yeah.
John Wick. I mean Wolf.
Yeah. Control Z. Congratulations, guys. Just
for
kidding,
sure.
John. I love Z.
And just so you know, you now have access to emojis.
Emojis, yeah. Spam
like
the
this.
shit out of emojis if you want to, abuse it. It's fine. The next quick topic we had, just kind of more of a congratulations to Sea of Thieves hitting, or at least bypassing 40 million players. We know, yes, it's not concurrent. I don't care if that's concurrent. That's amazing that anyone even bothered to even start the damn thing up at 40 million. I think is super impressive from the Sea of Thieves team. We also got Fallout 2. Season 2 is confirmed officially from Amazon. They're also getting a credit from California. There's a $153 million credit from California for a dozen shows, and it sounds like Fallout is going to get like the highest percentage of that tax credit. So filming will be done in California for season 2, which when you finish it, it's fitting.
Perfect
in my
sense.
opinion,
Yes,
it's
yes,
fitting.
it is,
I don't want to say anything more than that. But so congratulations, Fallout show is amazing. I can't wait till you guys get to see the end of that show, because the end the finale is so good.
About Fallout, the show.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
I had a question that I put on Twitter, and then after everybody had weighed in, somebody came to me and they always do that. So maybe the point is moot, but what are the chances that it gets dropped in binge-worthy fashion for season 2? I doubt that.
It's weird because
let me bury the lead.
Let
me bury the lead, because after I said that, and a lot of people weighed in, they then told me there's like 5-6 shows where if they don't know it'll be a hit, they'll drop it all at once because it's a new IP, and then the second season they go week to week.
I honestly,
it could be a moot point.
I could totally see it going week to week next year. Like I did see your post. I'm glad you brought that up. So I could see them doing that. Or sometimes Amazon will. I think they did this with Invincible. I think they dropped like just a few episodes, and then it goes week to week. Yeah. And then they had a really long break, which was a terrible idea for Invincible. And then it came back. Great show, by the way. Please watch Invincible. But I don't know, man. Like. I'm okay with it. Like, I know you're okay with it, but it'd be interesting.
As am I. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So Yeah, I'll be easier on my watching habits. It's unhealthy. I
Exactly.
feel like
It's
a piece
unhealthy.
of shit after I binge. I watch it like 5
Yep.
shows in a row, and I'm like,
Yep.
you didn't do anything today. You didn't even put out the trash. What is wrong with you?
My wife and I finished watching like 5 episodes like in succession, and then she's like, "So where's the next season?" I'm like, "We gotta wait a year." She's like, "Son of a,"
Yeah.
and she does not like the. She's not a gamer. Nothing. She was just, at the end. She was just like, "This sucks."
Uh-huh.
So
And
yes,
sometimes
we don't deserve
I mean,
nice things, you know.
Listen, if you're like a Stranger Things fan or some of
yeah,
these shows,
yes.
you're waiting a lot longer than 1 year on some of this stuff.
Yep.
Whether it be a writer's strike or not, some of this stuff just takes a long time, and it's just like,
When did
ugh.
Arcane come out? Like 4 years ago now or something? Like I'm still waiting
Oh my
on that.
god, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that there will be one. I love Arcane. That's my number one. That is my number
Yes.
one
Me too.
of all time for adaptations. So see, this is why I love having you, Kay. You have very good taste.
Well, thank you. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Next little subject, quick news is Kena Bridge of Spirits looks like it's going to be released for Xbox consoles after being classified for the Series X and S by the Entertainment Software Rating Board. So the ESRB give it. I don't even know what the rating on that is, but I'm excited to play that game, man. Like I didn't play it on PlayStation. I probably should have, but I thought it looked great, and especially from a studio that that's their first game coming out the gate. I think it looks fantastic. I know a lot of people like.
I beat it on PlayStation. No, I beat it on PC. I beat it on PC.
Oh, you did?
I beat it on
yeah.
PlayStation for a little bit. Beat it on PC. Game is beautiful. Like beautiful. The art is amazing. Also, it will kick yo ass. You think it's cute? It ain't cute. It will kick yo ass.
Oh,
and the
it's
parry
one
is
of those.
terrible. It's one of those.
And the parry is
It will
yeah.
kick yo. Be prepared. Oh boy.
Oh no. Yeah. What was that? Gee, I can't. We were just talking about this yesterday, and it's not coming to my head. What was the cute fox game that was basically a goddamn Souls game that came out on the Game Pass? The little fox game. It got a lot of. Yeah, it was a cute little fox. Oh jeez, help me out, chat. If anyone knows this, that game was hard as hell. I thought it was going to be a cutesy little game. I'd go in there. Tunic, thank you, Tunic. That's what it was.
Tunic. Yeah.
Tunic. Man, I had a tough time with it. Maybe I just suck at games. I don't know. I'm getting old.
Tunic is beautiful too. It's amazing. I love Tunic.
Yeah,
One
very
person
beautiful
made
game.
that game.
Yeah, that still amazes me that people
Amazing
can do that
game,
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Shaun says the game was fire, and I agree. It definitely was. Love the game.
Yeah. Next thing, first like real topic I wanted to bring up was there's a Black Panther job listing. More data stuff. I love these data ones because they're almost never wrong, right? Like the data stuff is good. Yeah, I know. What was the chances of that?
I dressed for the occasion. That's right.
His Wakanda Wu-Tang mix tape shirt over here. I love it.
That's right.
Black Panther being one of the most highly anticipated titles coming out of EA in the near future. It's being developed by Cliffhanger Games, a fresh studio housed in Seattle that's yet to prove itself, but there's high expectations that it'll deliver with the upcoming Black Panther game. I hope it does. Not much is known about the developing title, but a recent job listing offers a strong, almost irrefutable nod to the game, boasting an open world sandbox setting. I just ask you, Kay, like, what's your thought about the open world Black Panther versus maybe something more linear Black Panther? Do you care? Are you just excited that we're getting a Black Panther game at all? Or
I am excited we're getting a Black Panther game. You know when I said we needed one? When Avengers added a Black Panther mode. Do you remember the Avengers game?
Yeah, yes.
Which was hot garbage. Yes. I loved the Kamala Khan campaign. I wish they could have stripped out the campaign from the gas aspects because the Kamala Khan actual campaign was really, really good. I'm a big Kamala Khan fan. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And then I put it down because everything else was garbage. And then they brought the drums back with Black Panther. So I was like, all right, I'll try it again. And even the Black Panther DLC was good among all the gas BS, you know? So since that time, I'm like, they need to make a good Black Panther game. They need to do that. And then, of course, you saw Amy Hennig's one that they're doing, which looks so good. I'm just happy that we're getting that. Now, let me be clear. I don't want 15 Black Panther games. Just like I didn't like 15 Batman games.
Right? No oversaturation.
There are lots of characters out there. You know, give us a definitive version of one, move on to another version, but they're doing it now, and they're giving us Black Panther, and I'm super happy about that. I am ecstatic. You know, I wore this shirt not knowing we'd be talking about this. I'm a big Black Panther fan. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not BSing. Like when I first saw Black Panther in the movies, not the game, I immediately, just watching his movement, I was like, oh my God, with this, he's a perfect character for a video game I would like to play. You know, melee combat, super fast. You know, I don't know. I think it fits. His character specifically fits for a video game. So I'm excited about it. WebDave, what about you, man? Are you excited about and what about the open world, K, for you too? Before I go to WebDave, do you care about open world versus linear?
It depends, right? If we're talking like Ubisoft-esque open world, maybe not. You know, when it becomes repetitive. But we've seen open worlds done great. You know, we've seen open worlds really like give you what you want, right? In that it can be your story linear fashion while still giving you that open world aspect of it. I will wait and before I pass judgment. I am a big, like, if you check I'm talking smack about Ubisoft. Like, I have hundreds of hours into like every single Ubisoft game, every single one. I'm actually playing Avatar right now. When I get a chance to, you know, I will play it as long as it's well executed. You know, execute it well. You know. Yeah,
fair enough. What about you, WebDave? Are you excited for a Black Panther game? And
Hell
what about
yes.
the open worldness? Do you care about
I'm
that
cool
sort
with
of
that.
thing?
I'm cool with whatever they throw at us. I mean, at this point, you know, obviously the character's iconic and it needs to be explored because there's so much great story with that character that you know, even with the Avengers and stuff, that it's just not really, you know, there's so much more to the character than that. And you know, so many different ways and things that they can go into, and you know, he is you know, quite an array of bad guys as well too. So he's definitely, you know, it's I don't know, it's hell yeah, bring it as much as we can get. You know, if somebody says, you know, they're burnt out on Marvel movies, I'm not burnt out on Marvel games as long as they're done well.
Yeah.
You know,
I
something like that you can play and can get into. Hell yes. I'm excited for it. Like I said,
me too, man.
So many amazing games and stuff that are in the works. It's like, you know, this is a really good time to be a gamer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is, man. Absolutely. I hope on the open world side that a lot of that open world is Wakanda itself, and they don't take it to, like, I just want to be in Wakanda. It's just so damn cool. It's like, please don't be like, hey, this is Wakanda, and his ship just flies out of Wakanda, and we're like in Chicago or something. That's not. I need to be a lot of it. I don't know if there's going to be like some sort of war in Wakanda. I need something within that setting. It's too good of a setting to ignore, in my opinion. It's a very unique world. Please do that. That's my only prerequisite for it being open world. Otherwise, I'm super excited about.
I completely agree, man. That Afrofuturism, the cool tech they have. By the way, I'm becoming a Disney Plus shill. There are lots of Disney Plus game shows that are set in Wakanda now, where they went to like African content creators or African creators in Nigeria, a few other places, and they said, okay, make us a story, and they set it in Wakanda. So it's by them, very specific kinds of stories set in those worlds. It is, because I'm trying to get my kids to see, hey, you know, yourself is represented in these various spaces. So we're seeking it out. There's a lot of cool stuff in that world. So yes, it needs to be an open world in Wakanda. That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir.
It would almost be cyberpunk, if you will. You know, that's how it would be. It'd be really cool.
Exactly, Kay. It's just that the tech in Wakanda is just so cool and different that I don't know. And it's beautiful. Like, so I mean, like, it's checking off so many boxes that for me make a great game. Environment is big. That's why Tales of Kanzara like just hit for me. I was like, oh my God, here's my Ori game. Here it is. It's back. So yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully they can do something good. An unknown entity in that studio. But to that, I say we got games like Hogwarts from an unknown entity You know what I mean? So you never know. You never know with these studios coming out,
Absolutely.
just hitting out the ballpark. So
Hey,
yeah.
in the chat, King Web says Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Yeah, exactly.
And
That's okay.
and then of course Shaun is BTS forever.
Oh, that shit's
That's right.
forever.
That's right.
Oh man!
We'll do our
And of
best,
course,
Shaun.
welcome out the Wandering Dutch. Dutch, is so good to see you in our chat, buddy. And hopefully, we're going to have you on soon, man. I'd love to have you on again, buddy.
Dutch's
Yes.
show is next week, right? That's next Saturday, 2
Ooh.
p.m. His indie show, I believe, right?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dutch. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it's next Saturday, right? Yeah, the indie showcase. Unbelievable the amount of work, and I do this for a living, so I know what Dutch is going through. It's pure hell. So congratulations! What Dutch does is amazing, brother. I'm here for another 50, and while I wait for this section of the show, there you go, the showcase to render.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got a lot of rendering in his future,
And we owe him video. I hear you, sir. It's coming. It's coming. The day will not end without that video.
That's why
we
he's
owe
here.
him video.
Okay? He's here to he's like do this.
Don't
like,
blame me, man. I'm ready to go. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Hey, read that one out there too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Zena says, wondering Dutch, excited for your showcase. Thanks for the work you do for it. Yeah, it's just I cannot, as someone who's been in the TV industry and an editor for like 20 years, I cannot stress enough. You guys need to watch it. The amount of work that he is putting into this, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it's, dude, it's one of the best shows. It is right up there with the like cream of the crop with huge budget shows. I'm telling you, do not miss that show. It's very well done, and he's got Aaron Greenberg again, and awesome people like Kay over here. So,
Hey,
super good
Dutch
stuff.
too. If you do have like last year and the year before, you made like a little like a 30-second,
is a real
60-second
thing.
little trailer
Yeah.
type thing, a snippet, a teaser, whatever. If you have one done up, please let me know, and we'll load it up on our thing, and then we'll hit it all next week, and you know, every time, you know, for the next month or so, we'll play it during the show as a reminder to send people over to watch that.
Yeah.
If
'Cause
you
even
would
if you can't
like,
see
we
it
would
live,
be more than happy
you
to
know,
share that.
Yeah, you can always watch it afterwards. And I believe Dutch, it's split into two.
Oh, cool. Trailer.
It's
Oh,
split
wow.
into two different things, I believe.
Well, I have
right?
to get, I have to
it's
get a
two
copy of
shows
that
now.
so I can play it on here as well. So we
Yeah.
can beat everybody's head in. They need to come to it.
I really do. It's very well done. Like super
Always.
impressive. And Dutch, let me know in the comments. It's two shows, right? Like he split it. I believe he said he was splitting it into two different shows.
The last one was the first half was earlier this year.
Oh, right. Okay. This
This is
is
the second
the-
half.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
This
Thank
is
you.
that,
Thank
yep.
you. Thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, definitely go check that out, guys. And hopefully we'll try to remember. We'll add the links and all that stuff. This story is interesting. A lot of people kind of sit on different sides of the fence on this one, but this is why I wanted to bring it up. And that's Star Wars Outlaws locks a Jabba the Hutt mission behind $110 premium edition. Players. Sorry, I'm just laughing. It's just like sounds a little ridiculous. Players will have to buy the gold edition to access the mission at launch. Star Wars Outlaws will include a mission at launch, which can only be accessed with a season pass. Now, they did come out defending themselves on Twitter and be like, you know, basically telling us that you will still get Jabba the Hutt interaction and missions. It's just a very specific day one exclusive Jabba the Hutt mission that you won't get unless you pay an exorbitant amount of money. Like it's a lot. You know? It's going from like $70 to 110. That's no joke. But I just wanted to know how gamers are feeling about this sort of thing. And I know this is not the first time. I'm aware. But listen, just because you did wrong in the past doesn't mean I'm going to let you get a pass in the future for continuing to do said wrong. In my opinion, I don't like this, obviously. But Kay, let me go to you. How do you feel about this? You're more logical than I am. So sometimes I think I go a little too hot off the edge and I'm just like, is this okay? Is it me? Like, am I just being a little bitch about this? I don't know. Kay, what do you think about this whole thing?
So what I say about this whole thing is deals.gg is a beautiful thing. That's what I say.
There you go.
I know people don't like the Achievos. Oh, it's missing. I am not paying $110. You must be out your
That's
goddamn.
US too, K. It's like I was talking.
Imagine what Risk is gonna pay for it. Like, get out of here with that, you know,
bro.
Hilarious. There is no world where I am paying $110 for a extra. You're lucky if I pay 70. You are lucky if I will pay 70.
K. There's nothing even physical coming with it.
I don't even get an awesome coin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on now. Get out of here with that. There is no world. So this is why, and here I go. Hashtag get a PC. I'm sorry.
There we go. It all comes to 180.
You are not susceptible to this.
PC Master Race.
Well, see, on our show, MR does not mean Master Race. It means Missionary Gamers Rant. Because if you don't have one of them, you ranted. I got a PC. I am not ranting. Because guess what's going to happen? I'm going to buy it for $50 or less. I guarantee it. Just like I bought Dragon's Dogma 2 for $42 day one, right? There are deals to be had out there. And oh, by the way, and when I say don't rant, I mean do rant. Please do. Because the more you do, the more it hedges the bets for the powers that be, and those deals start to spread. But the big secret that everybody knows for sure is Ubisoft is they are habitual with their deals. Like a week and a half and that thing is going to go on sale. You know, it just is what it is. So I'm gonna wait for that. And the fact that they think they can get people with 110 behind a paywall, it's just hilarious. Right. It's hilarious.
The price is so jacked up. It makes me, and we talked about this last night too on our podcast.
The name alone. Like
I gotta read that, RHETRI.
Oh Jesus, he back. I love that. No Diddy them cheeks. What? Wait, missionary. Oh yeah, I'm all about that. No
there you
Diddy.
go.
Shit. Yeah. I love that guy.
Love it.
But thank you, Abdel. This is exactly where I was going. Richie said it yesterday. Let me subscription gaming. It's $17.99 for Ubisoft Plus and play Star Wars Outlaws. That's where I'm going, and I'm wondering,
that's what they're doing.
Is this an egregious like play to just almost to know that not only the whales are going to pay for this outrageous price, and there's another edition that's even more. It's $130, and they're just steering you to Ubisoft Plus.
They did that with me with Prince of Persia, right? Which I was going to play it.
To do that.
I love that game. The game is excellent, but it was a little bit above the price tag that I think it should have been at.
Thank you.
So I was like, you know what?
That's why
UB Plus. I did that, and then they got me for another month because as soon as I was done there, I was like, look, Avatar. I hear is people hate it, right? People hate it with a passion. But one thing they do say is it gives a 40-90 of like a workout, and I want to see a game that gives a 40-90 a workout. And they weren't wrong. So now I'm playing Avatar, right? Yeah. So you want to keep making your prices at 110? Fine. Yeah. I'll just drip feed you $18 until you got nothing else for me, and then I'll cancel it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's immediately when I saw this, that's where my mind went. Because you're going to get, because you get that, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you got to get that full edition.
Yeah, you get the full
in the UB
Plus version.
$18.
And as Abdel points out there, which is absolutely true, the one thing they do that's really cool, which like EA Play does not do, when you get one subscription, you get it across the board. So even on your Xbox, you now have that same version.
Yes,
kind of cool. It's their way of play anywhere. So it's expensive. It is expensive, but they're giving you an $18 avenue. So. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I Dave, what do you, obviously I spoke my piece, Kay brought up some really good points. What do you think about this whole Star Wars Outlaws premium edition and price, basically locking a mission away unless you want to pay $110 minimum.
Hit the wrong button. Yeah. So, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. And
and you're going to do what you're going to do.
They've got a plan. Yeah, exactly.
Do that Ubisoft Plus, baby.
Well, I mean, pretty much like you guys said, there's ways around it. Mm-hmm. If you don't want, you don't have to buy the game. Maybe if it takes you 2 months to beat it, then Ubisoft Plus for 2 months.
Right.
Enjoy it.
Yep.
And then you're done. And then See you. I'm out of here.
See you later, Ubisoft. Right.
But then, I don't know. It's a tough call. Or wait, eventually it's going to be marked down, discounted, and is the Jabba the Hutt mission? I mean, the WebDave edition. I'm sorry. That
Fucking Dave.
Is it going to be that exciting? The reason I say that is because me and RHETRI were actually going to have an image done with the Gamers Council where it was going to be me as Jabba the Hutt and RHETRI as Princess Leia.
Oh no.
We're not doing that anymore. Unless we get a really good super chat.
We'll do. Yeah,
wow.
$100 super chat. We'll do it because that's what the art's going to cost.
I'll dangle it for like at least $100 super chat because I kind of thought about that. I'm like, motherfuckers, I will be dealing with that fallout of that bullshit.
The internet forever,
the internet forever. If the super chat is sweet enough, maybe y'all cosplay that. I'm just saying.
Right? Yeah, I will whore myself out. Let's do this, RHETRI.
And some people are going, getting that vision in their head, going, "I'm gonna throw up." Anyway,
I will pay you $100 not to do that.
Here you go, read that one real quick.
No Diddy, them cheeks. Do it. I'll buy that one. I'll bet you would, sir.
Well, you have to pay in advance, Diddy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Goodness.
And don't try to leave the country. Yeah, cancel the check.
Yeah. So but I just I would like to play it for sure, but to me, I'll if anything, I'll just play the base game, try it out, see how it looks.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing.
I don't need all that other crazy stuff,
all that extra stuff. I don't really care about special editions, anyways, and all that jet. Personally, like I'm a base game player most of the time because I'm a grazer and I move on to the next thing really quickly. So I buy that for $1. Yes.
Kind of ties into what you're playing, right? You've been playing that RoboCop game.
Yeah.
Buy that for $1.
Wait, I'm gonna have to get that. That would be awesome soundbite to have. But yeah.
So I thought it was an interesting topic. I love to always hear people. I was wondering if anyone was going to be on the other side and be like, no, it's a good deal, but no one has said that so far.
It ain't a good deal.
It just never happened.
I mean, this is Ubisoft, right? They down bad. They need some money. This, so I get it, but still, hell no.
It was funny though, Kay. Like I saw people defending it. I was like, you gotta be shit, and only because of like they brought up the whole, well, they've been doing this forever, and I'm like, don't stop with that bullshit, please. Not my cup of tea. But let's get into the main topic here. Let's talk about the future of Xbox hardware. Handheld edition, or whatever the heck we wanted, any Xbox hardware we want to talk about. Kay, you're kind of an expert on this topic. I was told.
Please don't get me sloth.
I'm not gonna get you sloth.
No.
Shout out to Sloth.
And by the way, shout out to Sloth.
His real name.
Yes, he has elevated to a higher plane. I appreciate that. Congratulations to him.
I like to say I got very confused because Sloth helps me out a lot with my Game Pass stuff, and he's always DMing me. He's always sending me stuff. One of the most helpful guys on the internet by a mile. And I'm like, who the F is this dude? And I was like, oh crap, that's Sloth, dude. That's it threw me out so much. So
he is now the part-time Sloth. Yes,
he's the part-time Sloth. Yeah. But let's talk about the handheld, K. One of the things like we put Dave put out, and I kind of almost got a whiff of this because there was just so much stuff going on with this handheld talk that the original stuff we heard when we were hearing about Xbox hardware in general was a 2026 release date. And my spidey sense has been going off after all these just new little tidbits of information have come out and stuff that Sarah Bond has said. And I'm just like, is the handheld 2026 or is something else 2026? Like, is there multiple SKUs here? Like, I'm a little confused. So, like, what's your thought process on the timeline here?
I will disclaim by saying there's no tea here. I'm only speaking from my thought process. So please don't take my musings as gospel. This is where I come from. I'm an engineer in this. I deal in this space pretty regularly. So, people have been gravitating towards some of the thoughts that I have. I think that if you are going to do this, you can't do it mid-gen. You have to start a new gen with it, because although you can make it work, you won't get the bang for your buck as far as an uplift in technology in a mid-gen way, because in a mid-gen way, they're going to still have to adhere to your standard consoles. And what it sounds like they're doing is upending the standard, the status quo, right? It sounds like they are most likely you will get 2 SKUs. I still think you'll get 2 SKUs. And I think the Series S will be the Series SP portable. Right?
Okay.
I think you get your standard console,
I agree with that.
but your portable will be the other part. Now, that is what you will see as a consumer and all of that. But to do all the stuff they've been talking about, the dribs and drabs have been coming out with the Xbox on every screen and all the various aspects that even Phil has been talking about, you won't see, even if it looks transparent to you, like as what it's always looked like. I cannot see a world where they use their exact current operating system, their exact current systems to make that happen. It will look the same to you, but in the background, it'll be a paradigm shift. It'll be a big, hairy, different deal, right? And all that tells me, because of all of that, it tells me that releasing it like this fall, highly, highly, highly unlikely.
Okay,
like highly unlikely.
That's quite kind of. I love that you said like the OS is like it is Windows, but it's not. Like the UI won't let you know it is.
Yes.
I literally had that. Man, see, this is why I love you, K. I literally wrote that exact same thing down.
Yeah.
So you must be correct. But yeah. So you don't think this year? Because I know there's been some rumblings from podcasters. I agree with that. I thought. Maybe
I hope they give us a taste of the future this year. Meaning, I hope June comes around and they go, "Hey, here's this game, here's that game, Joanna Dark, Gears 6, all these other great things. And oh, by the way, here's a little taste of what's to come." And then they show you something. Obviously, what they show you will not tell the whole tale, and you'll be able to do this and you'll be able to do that. But I want them to just give me a little bit of an amuse-bouche, if you will, just a little bit of a taste, and then send us on our way, because it is way too early. As Arthur 1 says, it is way too early. Because the hardware is easy. The hardware is easy. They have the hardware. The hardware already exists. Hardware is right here, baby. It exists. It's here. It's now. It's your ROG Ally. It's your Legion Go. It all exists. The software, bringing all that together in a real way, that will be complicated as hell. I was part of the Insider. I've been part of the Insider program for some years now. The reason I think why we got a new series console and we didn't get a new UI was because it took them a long time just to get this UI straight. Right? People kept complaining. You moved it too far to the left. You moved it too far to the right. Oh, there's an ad there. It took them a long time to get people to go, okay, this is good enough, right? And then as soon as you do that, they move to the series consoles. I'm like, I just bought a new car and it's the same infotainment system. This sucks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't foresee them putting the same coat of paint on the next gen. So it's going to take a while for that software to transition into where we want. Now, here's my tinfoil kufi theory. This is my, go here with me. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying I know anything, but what I want them to do is they live in a world now where there's a potential for other manufacturers making Xboxes, right?
Yeah.
Your Lenovo Legion Go can turn into an Xbox. Your Asus ROG Ally can turn into an Xbox. My sneaky laptop, the GPD Win. This is my latest little 10-inch monster. Yes, and I can hide these. So when I'm at the office, people think, "Oh, he's just working on his laptop." Yeah, that's right. Anyway, these can all be Xboxes, right? But in order for them to be Xboxes, you must give these things the software to turn them into Xboxes. And that also takes a lot of time. So my hope is they give you a hint of the future in June, and then they go, "Hey, if you want to help test it, come this fall or come this Christmas, we will start testing the software, right? Testing the software. So you can be part of the program and you get access to that software on your Legion Go, or your this, or your that. And they slowly take feedback, make it exactly what you want it to be. And then next year, 2026 or whatever, then they drop that monster with that hardware as the reference design. And oh, by the way, at that point, your UI is perfect because you've had it tested by all these third-party gen pops, right? That's what I hope they do. So that those of us who kind of want, because this is a problem that Phil Spencer has been saying himself. Today, if he's rolling around, he needs to figure his own way around, right? I need to send him my video on how to mess with Play Night. You know what I mean? There's DIY solutions everywhere today. Right. So if they're able to, roll a full front end that others can use, that will help them in the long run for their reference design, because the hardware is done. The hardware is already known. It's easy. It's there. Right. Obviously, they'll have to tap into potentially the next variation of the Zen products, next variation of AMD products, which they can do, right? They're having those conversations. It's the software that's always the sticking point. It's the software that's always it sucks, and you really turn off customers if you don't get it right. So I think there should be an early access period of that software, right? To get the UI solid before that hardware comes out.
Yeah, iron out all the kinks, let everyone else do the work for you. You get all that user feedback, and you could get that user feedback for a while. But so to go back to what you said earlier, Kay, so your thought process is handheld 2026 alongside the big bad whatever Xbox Series XXX.
And even that hardware, the handheld and that hardware will run the same software. Meaning you're not getting your standard Xbox and then a handheld. No, you're getting a handheld and an Xbox, but they're both console in name alone. Because let's be honest, even the Xbox Series consoles are consoles in name alone. They're PCs under the covers. So now I'm saying forgo all of the extra stuff, make it a proper PC, or make it hypervised, because you can do that with last gen, right? They're already talking about back compatible and forward compatibility. Right. So all that is available to you, right? So what you get next gen won't be, well, here's the standard track for your standard Xbox, because then you're splitting your developers, right? Then you're expecting them to develop for this standard thing and then expecting to develop for this non-standard thing. How did that work out for the Series S? Not so well.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So one device, one ecosystem, one framework, one that's handheld, one that's desktop, that's a wall connected, because those things matter, right? Yes. Battery power really changes the equation on that.
Yeah, wattage.
But one device, one standardized device that then can, tap into all those aspects they're talking about with different stores and all of that. I would love to see that world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to go there with the different stores. So do you? Let me gauge you on the storefront thing. Possibly, they talked about Epic, and they talked about I think it was itch.io. Maybe, and they didn't directly say Steam, but that's what everyone really wants to talk.
That's the big elephant in the room.
That's right. That's the elephant. That's what everyone really wants to talk about. Do you see a 2026 console possibly having those storefronts and it being on both? Since you said the OS will be the same on the handheld and the big boy, whatever that would be in 2026, do you see a storefront being plausible by that time frame? Because obviously there's got to be a lot of stuff worked out, right? There's got to be some dollars and some hands shaked and some deals going on.
Yes. Yeah. So it looks to me, right, and I think that it's a Windows play, right? Right now, Windows 11 has multiple stores in it. It has Ubi in it. It has EA Play in it. They just recently added BattleNet backend to it. And you know this because as soon as you turn it on, it turns on those other apps in the background. But that's today's paradigm, today's Windows, right? Imagine Windows 12 has a far more seamless integration, right? It's still your Windows store, right? Yeah. But in the background, you can download games from other stores, right? You can those are all pulled in and they all look the same way they would as you would expect them to. It's just it's tapping into the Ubi store to get that to you. Like it happens today when I go and I download Assassin's Creed or Odyssey, it's opening the Ubi store to pull that into the Xbox store for me to get it.
Right.
It happens today on PC, right?
Yes.
This would just be adding the Epic store and adding itch.io in the background.
Right, just maybe not like versus PC where it's in your damn face, right? Because when you do those launchers in PC, it pops up. You got to minimize them, get them out of the way, or whatever.
So,
but
the world we live in today is a necessity. But we're talking Windows 12. We're talking a different world, right? In a different world where you don't need to adhere to the old ways of Windows. That's and even today's Windows. I was talking to Everborn. He finally took the plunge. He #got himself a PC. So we've been talking about it. And he's doing the front end things. He's removing the desktop shell, making Steam big picture mode boot up with Windows. So there's no desktop behind it. It just boots straight, And if you close Steam big picture mode, you see black screen because there's no desktop. They have replaced the desktop with big picture mode, right? In that world, you can load up all the stuff in the background. No one sees it. It's transparent to the consumer. It's just running in the background in order to facilitate all that stuff coming to you. So I honestly think it is possible and it is plausible and it will work. It's the devil's in the details, man. The devil's in those details, right? And historically, they've been kind of, we will see, wishy-washy in how their execution goes. So, is it possible with my tech brain? 100% is possible. It is possible today. People are doing it DIY style for themselves today, right? But we obviously need Microsoft to traverse that divide and give us that, turnkey.
It's not really about. It's not really about like the soft. Well, I mean, that obviously, like you said earlier, the software takes the longest, but it's not. It's not about can they do it. We know they can do it. Kay, like you said, people are doing it today. I think it really the end all be all is the money exchanging hands. Like, what does that look like? If that's the biggest.
Let me say this.
That can happen.
Let me say this. That money changing hands. Let me say this. Right. People keep saying there are a few things about this that always kind of surprises me. People want to look into their wallet and ask themselves these questions and not see $2 trillion in there and think they know. If you open your wallet and don't see $2 trillion,
you might not be the guy to ask.
Right? I'm sorry.
Kay, that's exactly what I said before. I said
if you open your wallet and see $2 trillion.
Yeah, Hargey was on the same thing that you're going, like saying like we're pretty sure guys like Satya and Gabe can figure this out. We're pretty sure that the $1 trillion company and the multi-billion dollar company can
sort it out.
Right? They can sort it out.
But here's the funny thing. Right now, we're speaking in the parlance of, they have their operating system, it's Windows, all this and that. What happened when they decided to put a browser that everybody could use in front? They were raked over the damn coals. The company was almost split in half. For those of us that remember, right? Yeah. And now, of course, their Windows, their gaming division is far more powerful as far as budgets and all that than even Windows, right? So back in the day, when Windows ruled the roost, right? They commanded a lot of respect within that organization. Now, gaming rules the roost, right? So imagine this.
So who's at the helm now? Like it used to be Windows was at the helm and it's reversed now.
Yes. Okay. Now imagine this. You have Windows 12. You put your storefront front and center. Maybe you have a modular style UI where depending on the size of the device or depending on what you choose, you say you're going to use it for, maybe instead of having the desktop load up, maybe a Xbox UI loads up first, right? Because just like Steam Deck, that's what it does. It loads your single mode front end console mode first, and you can choose to go to desktop in Linux if you so choose, right? Imagine that world is Windows 12. If you happen to buy it, if you buy a Dell or you buy any other standard retail stuff, you'll get your standard fare desktop like But if you buy a Legion Go, what you're doing is getting Windows and it's booting into that shell first. If you buy an Asus ROG Ally, same thing. And they have their storefront there. What would happen in that world? Guess what? Regulatory bodies with phones would not stop ringing because, they are foreclosing on us with the monopolistic operating system that every human being uses. So whether you like it or not, Steam, whether you like it or not, Epic, whether you like it or not, any and every storefront in the world, we have to represent you. Otherwise, we'll be seen as foreclosing.
Bingo. Yeah.
Right? So it's not a why would they do this? Who would want? They would have to do it in order for it not to seem like it's monopolistic tendencies.
Exactly. Yep. Look, I said this. I've been saying this for years. Microsoft is shifting to always look like the good guy. This is why games are going everywhere, and I think part of that reason is because they want to get other publishers. They don't want anyone saying, "Are the games going to be on XYZ?" Because you won't even have to ask the question anymore. It's because of their past of what they've done. You already know that they're going to do that.
Them general managers are no longer the same general managers, right?
Yeah,
they're able to pick up the phone. And they're not talking to Jim Ryan with the wife beater shirt on. They're not talking to him anymore. You know what I mean? They're talking to somebody else who sees money on the table. It's a different world.
Who wants those margins to go up? Mr. Hiroki Totoki. That's right. Yeah, it's a different world, man. These CEOs, we got Square Enix, we got a new representation in Square Enix. I think that's going to play out real well for Xbox. We got, new representation over at PlayStation. Again, I think that's going to work out great for maybe Xbox and certainly PC players. Times are changing, man. I just think it might be happening so fast for some people. They just can't see it. It's too archaic. They're just used to the last 30 years of how gaming has been that you won't see it till it's hit you in the face and it's already happened usually, right?
Yeah. What are we? What do they say? We're the frogs in the pot boiling slowly right now?
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, RHETRI, can you read Mr. Joanna Dark put on the screen there?
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
Yeah, see, I didn't even have to read it. I already knew the word Veronica was gonna be there. And Jay Dark says I cannot wait to play RE Code Veronica remake on my Xbox handheld. Hello, gentlemen, and to the awesome K.Asante. Kojima. Am I right? Right, K? Kojima. There you go.
So he got me to facetiously say Kojima once, and now he's holding it against me forever.
Yeah. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to you, Dark.
And shout out to Colt Eastwood. That is his artwork that he has up there from his great video where he goes into depth on that on his thoughts and feelings. And if you get a chance to go over, if you haven't seen his video yet on that, I highly recommend that you do. It's about 15 minutes long, and he really gets into a lot of the nitty gritty about this subject as well. So Kay, I do have I know we kind of covered it, but so. Are you saying that you think that so there's a possibility that, we could get an announcement during this summer showcase and maybe release this Christmas a handheld?
I don't know about that.
If it's based off of the current system but with a screen, and then 2 years from now we get the next gen high end hybrid whatever.
That's too soon in my opinion. That's why I agree with Kay on this. The gap is way too small to do that, in my opinion.
So here's the deal, right?
Yeah,
and we're talking only with products that are out today. Maybe June comes around and they say, "Hey, man, we've been working with AMD in the background for the next gen stuff to bring it to you earlier." All bets are off at that point. But today, right? So most of these handhelds are running what are Ryzen 7. What is it? The 7840U. Those are that's the chipset, right? That's the APU. It's got the CPU. GPU is a specific GPU that all of them use, right? And then there's various storage levels. This is the AOK Zoe A1 Pro. It runs the same chipset, 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes. Right. This is
64 gigs of RAM.
Yes, big dog. This is the laptop is the GPD Win, also running a 7480U. Also 64 gigs of RAM, 4 terabytes of storage on here. Right?
Oh, my Lord.
But, yes, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day...
I'm not going to ask you what that costs.
Actually, it was a good deal. Shout out to Latin Quarters. It was a good deal. Hold up. Let me give you the full effect of this thing. So the reason I bring these things up is if you want to run, let's say you want to run Series S, right? It has to have, in order for it to work perfectly, this is what it looks like. Nice. So in the office, I'm like, oh yeah, Kay is, he's doing his work. I've reached certain upper echelons in our organization. I can't be breaking out the candy bar handhelds wherever I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the office, I'm typing, I'm doing good things, and then when office life is done, it's just like, hey, now
Nice.
And there's a controller. So that's what that's for. I call that my sneaky laptop. So that's what we use that for. That's right. But the reason why I bring these up is because right now, and the 8840Us out there as well, and Intel has also given their variation, it's not too much more performant than this right now. I think the 8840U gives you 10% more. These things are great, like absolutely great. You can Latin Quarters. This man, MJ Dark, he is the handheld master. I call him Latin Quarters.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. Yeah. So they're out there. In order for something to come out this year, handheld this year, right? The paradigm would have to be available where the guest, which is the Xbox, gets enough juice in it to perform as you'd expect it to, while the host, which would be a handheld, has enough overhead to support the guest while still running the host. And right now, today, you're talking $1,000 for a device like that.
You're right.
Right? Like most of these devices start at $500, but they started with 16 gigs of RAM, with 32 gigs of RAM most. I got 64 gigs because I want the overhead. If you want to run a virtual physical guest host situation like that with the hypervisors, your Xbox on the go, you have to account for a lot more overhead. And that's like a $1,500, $1,000. That makes it beyond console territory, right? So that's why I'm not necessarily, and this is again, specific to the hardware that's available released now, right? Obviously, the roadmap for AMD is already out there. We already know the efficiencies are going to be happening. The variations vary. Even the 8000 series was like 10% uplift. They're going to do more and more Zen 5, all of that, right? As those mature, we already know, and shout out to the Fox. He does great work in the community in that space.
Great channel.
We already know that they've limited certain aspects of the Series S in order for them to benefit from those future efficiencies. So we're waiting for those future efficiencies to see if then it will be able to handle like being on a battery powered device and not like kill your battery in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Is it possible today? I'm sure it is possible today because we play all these games on these things, right? And they're about the same as the Series S/X. They're kind of in the middle there. I can even do ray tracing on this thing with Doom Eternal. Like I can turn it on and see my puddles. Yeah. It's available. It's just at this point, it's not ready for Gen Pop yet. The hardware efficiencies need to catch up. And when they do catch up, they need to be brought back down to palatable levels, right? You still need to be able to buy one for like $400 or $500, not $1,000. Right. So that's what makes me think it's not
never
possible.
Mind, they would have had to have been working on this in 2022, K. And I mean, they're always working R&D. They're always doing this stuff in the background, but like on an actual development train where something was going to release, it just seems too soon.
Yeah. I guess the thinking I was thinking that it's probably been in the works for a little bit, and it's
for some time. Yes,
into the Surface now. And speaking of Surface, we know that the Surface team is working with them.
Yes,
so could that be the angle that they're using to
that's
to
another
get around
part.
The battery
maybe they go
lines,
ARM wise. Yeah, maybe they go ARM, and if they go ARM, that's a different scenario as well because ARM would then allow you for backward and forward compatibility using hypervisors. You basically put the hypervisor on the ARM-based system, and then you can do more with just ARM processing.
But Kate,
the devil will be in the details.
If you go ARM on the handheld, but you go AMD on the Series X2, though, like are you talking? Would they go ARM across the board?
The reason why, well, maybe, but even in a world where you have two different hardware specs, right? The reason why I think it's possible is the fact that they hypervise their systems. Hey, now I loved Revenge of the Nerds. Okay, I used to watch that as a kid all the time. Stop it. Anyway, pocket protectors. It was amazing. Anyway, no. The reason why I think even if you were to go like experiment and this will be x86 based and this will be ARM based, the games run in x86 hypervisors, right? Developers develop in x86 land. You can basically pick up your development environment, pick up your game environment, and plop it on any other ecosystem, provided that they have enough juice for the guest. Because within the guest, they're still x86. right? So the same game that would play on x86 native could play on x86 on ARM, provided that the overhead of the host is there.
Yep. Right.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, this is why I'm like, please just give us a taste of the future in June, because there is the hypervisor. There is the hypervisor method. There is the ARM method, or a combination of the two. And I don't know what they look like in June.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I hope they give us just a taste of what it looks like it's going to shift to. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would love that, but I don't. I could see that happening next June, but if the roadmap, which I believe you are correct in saying, K, is still 2026. I wish it wasn't. I was hoping maybe 2025 holiday, but I think I was just. But I also come from an engineering background, and my mind's like, dude, stop! Don't play the realistic guy, not the fanboy guy. And my realism side goes, yeah, 2026 was always the date, I think, for these devices to come out. I to K's point, I think it's just too soon. And like you said, these devices
it's
would
not
cost
even
so
the
much
hardware.
damn money.
Yes,
right. The hardware's gonna
the
always
hardware
be
is there.
Come. Right. Always.
It's the way. It's the way Boomstick will just jump in and hit the button and it plays. It's the way that, you know, all the while I can sit there and go, you know what, I want them shadows to be brought down, and then be able to do that myself in the same device. It's that way they that's what's going to take some time. Yeah.
Let me get into what Sarah said, basically, and maybe what that.
Oh boy, people need to prepare themselves.
Go ahead and read like this real quick too.
Yeah, okay, I get you. Spartan661 says the Queen Sarah Bond announced that's where I'm going. The most technological leap in gaming history. All hails the Queen. And I want to.
Amen.
You could throw tomatoes at me, but I feel like people gotta be a little careful on this one. And I'll let Kate cook, and I'm gonna kind of phrase this. I am worried about what the hell that means, because guys like Digital Foundry are trying to figure out what does that even mean, because it's such a vague thing. To me, my first thought was AI. And my second thought, maybe power a cloud. Maybe they'll do something like they do with Flight
hybrid
Sim,
cloud,
which which would all be great. But it's just like, what does that mean? And it could mean anything, right? It could be AI leap. It could be cloud leap. It could be. I don't think it's a hardware leap.
What she didn't say was technology. She said technological leap. She didn't say performance leap.
Yeah,
she didn't say that.
Right.
She said technological leap.
I think it's everything but hardware, in my opinion.
And when I say that, people go, "Oh, she's being disingenuous." No, she's not. She's telling you what a technological leap, like it's a technological leap, right? Just like Aaron Greenberg said, 60 frames will be the standard, and people are throwing tomatoes at him. How many 60 frames games are there? It's like 60-40 60 frames games. Most of them are 60 frames. And sorry, I'm the engineer. There is no such thing as absolutes. If you look at all the games that have released up until now, most of them are 60 frames. Most of them. So if onesie, twosies here or there are not, and they're the ones that are not to your liking, don't sit there and go, they lied. They still adhered to the standard, not the absolute, the standard. And when she says technological leap, she's not being disingenuous. What is she doing? She's telling you they're doing something unique that has not been done before, right? The analogy I use, people keep talking smack about Kinect, right? Do you know that Kinect was a big technological leap? Why? Yeah. Because when it came out, it was this big honking monstrous thing, and now it's right here. It's literally right here. Your FaceTime that you go all the time, that's exactly Kinect. It's literally the same code technology that is now shrunk into this teeny tiny technological leap.
Phenomenal cosmic powers in an itty bitty living space.
Living space, exactly. Exactly. So at the end of the day, don't hear what you want to hear. Hear what she says. And if you don't understand, wait till she says more before you fill in the gaps with it's gonna eat monsters for breakfast. Sorry,
well, too bad, Kate, because that's where we're going. Because I want to ask you questions. We're putting our conspiracy theory hats on what that means to you, or what that could mean to you specifically, on what she might have meant, or even what you might want it to mean. You know what I mean? So what would you like to see happen?
For me, it is what I've already said it is, which is I want them to put Xboxes everywhere. I want my game, and again, like this, a lot of conversations have happened since last year, and people heard them they're going third party and all this other stuff. And when it happened, I was just kind of like, okay. And people were just like so angry at me. So angry at me.
Why? Why aren't you? I'm angry.
Why aren't you
angry with me?
Exactly. Yeah. They were all very vexed, right? And then little by little, people started going into PC land. If you heard my show, cheap plug, if you heard the show GCP last weekend, Everborn was like, guess what? Imagine when I have a console, when I have my PC and it's all decked out, and people are having these 30 frames conversations. I'm like, I really don't care. And I'm like, oh, isn't it interesting? Yep. Yes. So take that with what I'm saying. Like, I have always been a person that games where I can, right? And because it's on PC, it's on console, I try to have all I can and game where I can. So because of that, one versus another doesn't necessarily move me too much, right? So that's where I come with it. But I want them, like, to me, a technological leap would be turning Xbox into Netflix.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a technological leap for me, right? I'm watching a really awesome Netflix show on my phone, and then I come home and I want to watch it on the OLED, and bam, it's on the OLED. It's continuing where I left off. And then I want to watch it someplace more intimate. I put it on here, bam, it's right here. And it transitions seamlessly wherever I am. And wherever I am, it is exactly the same turnkey, great interface, great experience. How that happens in the background is a amalgamation of really interesting technologies and lots of different ways they're getting things done. They're talking, PlayStation is rumored to bring out the Pissa, right? the Pissa is going to change the world, right? Yeah. Microsoft has the DirectXR, which literally, if you read what DirectXR is, it's you got one. BYOB, bring your own upscaler is what DirectXR is. You got yours, we'll incorporate it. You got DLSS, we'll incorporate it. It's just taking everyone else's.
It's just taking Intel's, AMD's, and NVIDIA's code and putting it's one code to rule them all. Correct?
That's right. That's right. And so it's basically asking you to tap into it at an API level. So at some point you won't be going to FSR, you won't be going to DLSS. You'll just go to DirectXR and it'll handle all the work for you. Right. Which
means to someone in the chat, I don't mean to cut you off, but because someone brought up, but developers have to take advantage of that. Use it. And that but that is why PlayStation and Microsoft are doing exactly what Kay just said. They're doing it because they know the developers. I'm not saying they're lazy, but a lot of them don't have the budget or time to do all these things for Intel. It's
the path of least resistance to success.
Exactly. The path of least resistance. They're trying to fix the problems for developers so they don't have to deal with the BS of optimizing. They're trying to do it for you.
Because
so I think it's
that was the number one smoke I had for Microsoft last gen, right? Yeah. If a tree falls in the woods and you're not there to hear it, it still makes the sound. Whether you see it or not, the Series S is a monster. They just never let anybody use it to its fullest capabilities. It's still a monster. It's still there. It's a monster. It'll never, ever get the respect it deserves. I gave them a lot of smoke for that. Oh, if you build it, they will come. Hell no. You have to tell them and show them and shame them into using it. Because if you don't, they'll just go, oh, yeah, it's a potato, and keep it moving. And that's what everybody did. Right. And that's why everybody says it. And whenever they do, and I fight back with them, they go, oh, he's just a technologist reading the page. It's true. Right.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I think what they're doing now is they are not just relying on, oh, yeah, we build it, they'll use it. They're relying on we build it and we make sure that it is the easiest, most turnkey solution possible. And you just develop as you do, and we'll work out the mushy middle for you.
Right. Yeah, so it sounds like the developers, like, they're just trying to make it so easy for them to, like, do what you were already doing, because we're seeing you're not taking advantage of the tools anyways.
That's right.
So we're going to have to do it for you. And that's honestly, in my opinion, a much better future so we can deal with a lot less of this bullshit that has happened with on all the consoles, especially on PC, with the lack of optimization. Those problems might start to become less of a problem, might I say, right? In a a perfect scenario where you have the pisser, and to what Kay was saying, the code to rule them all. And it wouldn't make any sense. But again, it's the dev. It wouldn't make any sense for them not to use this stuff. But it also sounds like guys like PlayStation are almost kind of forcefully making some people possibly using the pisser. And maybe Microsoft will do the same. Like, to be certified as a game on Xbox, you have to use this code. Because
I hope they get a bit more aggressive there, right?
They need to do that, I think.
I hope they do. I hope they do. I really do hope that they do.
Force them.
But I would always caution a little bit, right? Because when the conversation, for example, when the conversation with Hellblade 2 came out, and they went, well, why can't they just offer 60 frames? Do you want to make it last gen? Because if you want to make it last gen, they can offer you 60 frames, right? They go, but PlayStation has all these 60 frame games. Yeah. Last gen games, so they can offer you 60 frames.
Gen games.
You have to ask yourself: what side of the game do you fall on? Do you want them to push the envelope or regurgitate it? Because they can regurgitate it for you over and over and over again. And the key there is you'll laugh because they're regurgitating it, but it looks better every time, right? I was telling people this before. What do you call it? Horizon Forbidden West. If visuals are your only benchmark for success, Horizon Forbidden West on PC is the greatest looking game that has ever been made. It will blow you away. Like it is why you get a 4090. It is beautiful. Like, oh my God, it is beautiful. But guess what? Strip all the graphics away. It's the same game you've gotten over and over and over and over again. And they know that's what the consumers like. Consumers like the puddles, then they like the whiz bang and the beautiful, right? What they've learned, what PlayStation has learned that the consumers don't necessarily can see or feel is the fact of Dragon's Dogma 2, while you're fighting all your good fights and you're throwing the boulders down the hill and it's hitting people accurately, and all the while you're having all your adventures and all of your apples are rotting in your inventory because it's keeping an eye on all of that. The meat that you got 5 miles ago now has gotten rotten, This is next gen, but this takes a hit on your hardware, and most people, most normals, don't see that as next gen. So what does PlayStation do? They give you stagnant stuff all the time, and then give you bells and whistles with puddles that are shiny, and then you think that's next gen. No, it's not. It's just it's a fool. It's snake oil. They keep selling people at 60 frames per second.
Yeah. Damn, K just cooked for a good 5 minutes on that. I
Forgive
agree
me.
with everything K just said. He's absolutely right. There's a lot of behind this. Like, I love that you brought up. I love that you brought up like the apples like rotting in your inventory in Dragon's Dogma. It's all these layers in the background there. All these systems on systems, just like Starfield had, that people are just ignoring. And that's fine. Like, if you're not a guy like K, if you're not like a technical person like me and K, you probably wouldn't care about that stuff. But the hardcore need to realize that what Kay just said is so damn spot on. It's so easy to sell fidelity and higher resolution because everybody can see that. But to Kay's point, not everyone can see all the bells and whistles and why these games are awesome and the systems that are happening behind the scenes.
Do you want to be able to go into GTA? Do you want to go into GTA 6 and every door opens? Every NPC has a life. You can follow them around. They can go kiss their kids. They can go have weekends. They can go do, and every single one of those people are living there without you being there or there. They don't care. They're living their lives. That's next gen. But you won't get that if they keep focusing on the bells and whistles.
Yes. It's just like the NPC thing, right? Like the NPC with AI. Like we're all like touting it. Man, that would be awesome. And that no one will be talking about that in 3 years. It'll just be in every damn game and no one will care anymore. And we'll just take advantage of that it's happening in the background when we have like games that have millions of lines of dialogue instead of a 250,000. It'll just be par for the course. Which
absolutely.
is a great, things are just going to get better. So,
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I apologize.
No, Kay, this honestly,
that's exactly why we have you on today, buddy.
You're the perfect person to have here so I can ask my stupid geeky questions that I don't know if anyone cares about, but I hope they do.
I care about it. It's my job.
It's a lot of good information. And and it kind of also K, I feel like brings us back down to reality a little bit, because I kind of agree with him. I don't think we're getting these things as soon as I wanted them to, at least, because I was like, is it 2025 now? Like, it sounds like it could be sooner.
I wish it was. I
wish. Yeah. Hopefully we'll take. Hey, if it's 2025, me and Kay will take the L on that 100%.
I would gladly be wrong. I would love to be wrong. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tell me that it shows up this year and Sarah Bond goes, and this is our new handheld and it's coming out this year. I'd be like, yes, I'm wrong. I'd be so happy. Yes.
Before we exit this one topic, just real quick, Kay, price point, in your opinion, for the handheld versus the X2 in 2026.
That's a tough one, bro. That is a tough one. That is a very tough question. You know why?
It's kind of
So let me tell you why.
It's tough.
They have always been subsidizing the price of hardware. Always.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, always. Okay. Like today, I even said it like recently. Today, if you go and try and find the processor, just the chip for a Series S, it costs more than a Series S all complete. Right?
Exactly.
It's $350 for a Series S's processor, just without the RAM, without the drive, without the plastic box and the cover and the marketing and all, just the processor at retail, which it's not one for one. It's the closest variant that AMD sells, but it's $350.
Microsoft also buys those in bulk. So
buys them in bulk. Yes,
discount.
Yes, so they get a discount. But at the end of the day, by the time you have all of that sourced and you're ready to hand it to consumers, it's a $600-700 device that you're paying $300 for, right?
Right.
That's the reason why these things are $700-800 to start. That's the reason why the Lenovo Legion Go is $699, and because they can't afford to subsidize like Microsoft can, right?
Yeah.
They have the store. The store is able to get you. They're able to claw back some of their dollars. All of that. Now, Phil has talked both about opening up to more storefronts. He's also spoken about subsidizing hardware in this future being difficult. He has specifically said that with his mouth, that subsidizing hardware in the future will be difficult. So the idea that you get everything that you're used to getting back in the day, now I'm on Front Street right now. What's going on? Not bad. The idea that you get that it would be still, you're getting a $400-300 box and it's still so, I don't know, man. Like people, these big corporations have seen you buying your Lenovo Legion Go's. They've seen you buying your Steam Decks.
Okay,
you know,
you're the problem, Kay. It's your fault.
You know, and I also kind of think that they're slowly bringing more manufacturers into the fray, right? Because then they can be diversified, right? You want the next handheld Legion Go? Maybe Microsoft has that for you. You want the maybe Lenovo has that for you. You want the next handheld? Maybe Asus has that for you. So they can diversify in price points while still giving you an Xbox. And because of that, just like they do in Surface Land now, right? The Surface tends to be the best laptop of Windows that you can get, but it's also usually twice as expensive and it uses last year's chips, right? They kind of price themselves out of the market in order to make their consumers, their customers, their partners shine, right? And that's the Dells, and they basically have it there as a reference design, so you can't make shitty hardware and say, "Ooh, Windows sucks." No, check a Surface. But if you want a Surface, you end up paying more for probably something you could have gotten cheaper under Dell or any of those. So I see a world where they transition there. And remember T-Mobile did this uncarrier thing where now all of a sudden they don't subsidize your phone anymore, but people were so happy. Guess who used to work there during that big transition?
That's right, Sarah.
Sarah Bond, Miss Bond, right?
Good callback.
She was key in separating that subsidization. Yeah, if you're nasty, you know what I mean. So all that is it like boils in the soup in my brain to go. You probably won't like the price of that next gen hardware.
Listen, Kay, I'm still waiting for an answer, brother.
I say at least $600.
Oh shit! Okay, he went at least.
I mean, how much
at
is
least 500? But okay,
how much
that's
did
fair.
the Legion Go cost? How much did the Ally cost?
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, you want that kind of
Yeah.
power. Hey, so
Right?
okay, on the screen there's a question. So I mean, I'm sure there's probably be quick to answer. There's a couple of them that I actually want to bring up for you, but go ahead and read that.
Yeah.
So he's asking, asking, what do we think? It will be a native or a cloud, not a cloud device? I don't think it'll be a cloud only device. Not at all.
No
It'll have to
way.
be native. It'll have to be native because you can't benchmark the fundamental hardware on the ground. You can't guarantee that there's that quality internet across the board. And the minute you can't guarantee that, especially we're talking about consoles, we're talking about people who literally hit the button and they play. You can't now go, well, sorry, that's not that great.
Right.
They'll have to make it native. It will definitely be native. Will it have cloud aspects? I can see that. I can see them being hybrid cloud. Maybe if it's net connected, then it gives you more processing power because it's pulling it from the net in a certain way, a la what do you call it? A flight sim, which does that a lot of that as well. Right,
Bingo.
But I don't see it being a native like a cloud only device. We're not getting the PS4.
But boy, if it did that,
way.
Kay, wouldn't that be a technological advancement, advancement, Sarah?
Well, it could be a $200.
Yeah,
device.
it could be a
Dave.
technological. That is true. That is true. That is true.
Read this next one real quick, dude.
Ninja Squirrel says, need next gen battery life. Yeah, for better gaming experience, always the battery. That's the issue. Yeah, I mean, it's such a give and take. Like the battery is always the crux for these things. Yeah, it's a tough 3. I mean, like it's the bar has been lowered so much for that. People are like, I just want 3 hours, my lord. Just give me 3, and that, you know what I mean?
That's smart.
Because these things suck the battery so fast that everyone's dropping down the wall.
Pro tip, like for a guy like me, there's a reason why you don't see me. My daily driver is not the Ally or something like that. The battery life is dog water. This is 65 milliwatt hour battery, 65, and it was the best until this guy showed up, and it's 67 milliwatt hour battery, the biggest battery of any handheld out there. Right, because battery still sucks. It still sucks. They still use the same old tech.
And then
you
you
need
gotta,
bigger batteries.
You gotta weigh you gotta like the pros and cons, like the actual weight. When does it stop becoming portable? When it's a heavy brick because you put such a giant battery on it. But
I justify this as grown man switch. This guy depends on what you play. If you're talking Cyberpunk, you're getting 90 minutes. That's just what you're getting, right? You're getting an hour, 2 hours. If you're playing like, and you know me, I love to play handheld. I love to play indie games and all of this. Like, I mean, I could be playing what do you call it? Trinity Fusion for maybe 4 hours on something like this, or Balatro for like 7. You know what I mean? Like, depending on the uplift of the game, you know, it would help a lot. And yes, OBM speaks big facts. NPUs will be very big. Neural processing units will be very big in that world.
Can you explain to
I know
our
somebody
audience
will
what
ask.
that actually is? Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay.
Basically, and what a neural processing unit is, it's repeatable, trained AI models repeating specific tasks over and over and over again. Whenever you turn on your phone and you hit the button and you go to portrait mode and you see the background blur, that's an NPU that blurs the background. Right? It does it quickly, immediately, over and over and over again. It's been trained to do that. These will get trained in various aspects: battery saving, clawing back background processes, things like that, in order to save more battery for you. Yeah.
So you're saying that AI and this other things could be a technological leap in gaming, Sarah?
Sarah? Yeah.
Web Dave, sir, I see what you're doing there, man. Yes. Indeed, absolutely. NPUs will be a technological leap. Absolutely. Yes, it will.
I'm going to throw out something crazy. And I think this is like probably 100% no, but is there a possibility that the cloud could ever do anything for heavy lifting for like path tracing or anything like that? Or is it just like latency?
Well, you played Stadia, right? Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, that's well, yeah, I don't know about how good it was on. I know Stadia was number 1, but.
Oh, the case gets
to be fair.
Here we go.
To be fair,
yes,
like y'all know, I've been playing No Rest for the Wicked. I love that game with all my heart. The game is poorly optimized currently. and that's why it's in early access. They're still churning it.
Yeah.
Even on my big machine, you can bring that thing down. Like it can like smack the CPU really hard. Dragon's Dogma 2, really, really hard on the CPU, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're in the biggest machine. But guess where the best place to play it is these days? The old G Cloud. Why? Because GeForce Now will do all your heavy lifting for you, and it looks like butter on this thing, and you're playing for like 7 hours.
What I'm wondering, like, why, and 2 years from now, I don't know how much better Azure could get to get to like NVIDIA's level, but I do wonder, like, if you could lift off ray tracing / path tracing. That's massive amounts of computational that would just hit the hardware. If you could leverage cloud in that way,
you're still bottlenecked by the internet access. That's
all. See, that's why I don't think.
And until that uplift passes, and they'll get better in that way, and better and better and better and better.
Internet.
But as long as your net you're still beholden to the internet. Right, and we don't have
pop-up comes
5Gs everywhere.
You're gonna have baked in light. Sorry, no path tracing or ray tracing for you.
So people were thinking that 5G would solve that problem, right? And 5G, like proper 5G, would have solved that problem. Yeah, but of course, America being America, they have lied to their consumer, and they think that everything is 5G, when in fact it's only a very small sliver of millimeter wave 5G, which, by the way, those things, their antennas last like half a block. So you're going to need 15 billion antennas everywhere to actually get full 5G. We're not ready yet.
We're not there. Especially in the United States, our infrastructure for internet is just doo-doo. So it's a big problem here, and we're like the superpowers. So if it's a problem here, it's gonna be a problem in a lot of places.
True.
I mean, I kind of figured that was the answer. Stupid internet always ruins everything.
But that hybrid cloud model could happen. You know, that thing that we heard everybody
happening,
where everybody was super excited about. What do you call it? What's the name of that game that ended up being a nothing burger that people hated so much? Crackdown 3. I enjoyed my time with it. Remember that? Remember that demo that people loved so much? Right? That demo can still come to pass. Ooh.
Holy shit.
Free.
Lotus.
Man, Lotus is free. That's awesome.
Brother. Gifted 20 memberships. Jesus.
Can you read off who all got one? Lotus, thank you so much, sir. That is more than generous. More than generous.
That's crazy, Lotus.
Thank you so much, Lotus. You are the man.
Sorry, I got this on a small screen here. Let's see. So we got God Emperor was given one. Let me bring this over. God Emperor was bringing one. Sea Mustard on point foodies was given one. Warawana was given one. There you go. Dreadpool was given one. General Spartan was given one. Magnum was given one. Vince C was given one. Holy crap. The Elemental Hero, the Shadow Link Dragon Wolf King. Thanks for the longest fucking name of all time, my guy.
That's amazing.
Fred was I'm just going to say Fred. Fred was given one after that name. Stargazer was given one. Andrew Cullenine was given one. Jesse B. Captain Crunch. Great name. There's some more. Okay. Crap. I lost it.
Victor.
Victor, sorry, it jumped down for me. Victor Bernard was given one, and Hurt Elbow Gamer, Ray, what's up, Ray?
Welcome, Ray.
NDB Drumming, One Trick Pony, Chris Coleman. Let's see, Jay Dunn was given one.
And that's it.
I think that's it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so now everybody that's a member, everybody that is a member, period. All you got to do is click on the emojis and dump anything you want. I know that K.Asante likes Ahsoka, so just spam some emojis, man. Any of them you want, all of them, TTS, whatever. Just show that you have the power now to use the emojis. And again, Lotus Esprit, thank you so much, sir. Greatly appreciated.
That's amazing.
Never expected, but greatly appreciated. And your generosity goes without bounds, man. Thank you, sir. It's members, people like you that give to the community that continue to make us be able to bring such great content. And again, thank you so much. Over 400 people now watching us on X and on YouTube. So thank you all so much for being here and watching us. And and
hit that
also
like
members
and subscribe
around
button, y'all. Especially if you're new.
Yes.
I had to say that, Dave, because we always forget to do it.
Please hit like and subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Yeah. especially if you like that Lotus gave you a free membership for a month. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
And if
Appreciate you,
and if you're once your free membership's up and you like it, you can join just a regular membership for just $1 a month. $1.
Yes.
$1, no holla.
We lowered
And now
it,
that
made
he's
it
done
nice
that, we'll
and
be able to
cheap.
add some more emojis. I'll be putting some more up tomorrow.
Nice.
Goodness.
Let's go.
Goodness. Sorry to derail the show, but I just when
No,
things like
that's
that
amazing.
happen,
That is
gotta
amazing.
Derail the
It
shit
is
out of it when
amazing.
someone
Thank you
does
so
something
much,
like
Lotus.
that, man. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, great conversation, guys, on this whole on the whole future Xbox handheld. I was wondering where Kay was sitting with his timeline on it, because I've been really thinking about that too. But
We all want it now, but we know
Oh,
it's
yeah, I want it yesterday.
That's the thing. I started I started listening to a bunch of people. I started convincing myself, and my engineering brain was like, "Nah, bro, come on now, that's not happening."
And if you
not
get
happening.
it today, what you will get is not what you want. Let them take their time.
Exactly, Kay. Right. Yeah. I want it so bad though. I've been holding on and off. It's man, I want a handheld so bad. It's God. Yeah, I might. Dave, you still got that one?
Yeah. MJ Dart. Stop with the abacus talk, sir. Hopefully, we hope it turns into an 8-track player.
Yeah, we got the Switch 2 coming out in 2025.
That's also coming,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. To that point, maybe an Xbox handheld doesn't want to mess with the Switch in 2025. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, it's probably
Retri,
2026. Yes, sir.
do you know what's coming out in a month?
Hellblade? Oh, I
Indeed
read
it
your
is.
mind. I actually didn't know he was putting that up. I just guessed. Hellblade 2.
It is.
Yes.
It is now a month away.
I know. It's
Put it in
happening.
Game Pass.
It's
All
happening.
digital,
Amazing.
not physical.
Yeah.
And $50, $49.99.
The games are coming. The games are, first party games are coming. We've been eating really good on Game Pass, so I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. But yeah, looking forward to Hellblade, man. It's going to be a visual marvel, and it'll be a bunch of people bitching about 30 frames per second. But I'll be playing on PC with K.
I'm about to say,
I'm
you don't want to be.
I'm playing on both.
You don't want missionary rants. Hashtag get a PC. I'm just saying.
I will be
It's
definitely
like Kay's a
playing
missionary,
on
man.
both.
What?
There you go. Pause.
No, actually, missionary gaming is a term coined by the one and only John Wolfe.
John, yes. I remember him saying that a lot.
He insists that we diversify our portfolio. Missionary is not the only way. I'm like, stop hating on missionary, but that's a whole different conversation. Continue.
Or Shaun was saying, I want more frequent hardware, maybe more frequent updates. He means like more powerful, maybe a la
So basically,
like cell phone.
into the PC land.
Yeah,
Basically the PC, right? Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would be fine if it was like hot swappable, like GPU, CPUs, like if things were super easy for you to do that. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Go ahead, read that one.
Sure. No Diddy them cheeks. I want some missionary rants. Let's go.
I fell right into that one. My bad.
Yeah. We walked right into that shit.
And,
Andre just
welcome
became a
to-
YouTube member. Welcome,
Yes.
brother. Appreciate
sir.
you, man. Oh, that is too funny. My stomach hurts. All right, all right. I think we talked about the handheld long enough. I love it. I can't wait.
Please stop me. I'll keep going.
So
Stop me.
dude, I could talk
Stop
about.
me.
I seriously could talk about this thing for 2 hours. I'm so fucking.
I'm ready for
I
it.
can swear. I'm so fucking excited for
Hell yeah.
an Xbox handheld. And I like Kay's like, hey, I mean, Phil's been saying Xbox everywhere, and Kay's like, it's probably literally going to be on everywhere based on
Everything.
the operating system. Everything.
Yeah.
It'll be on your Samsung fridge. Who knows if it's got enough overhead? But I thought this was interesting. Our next subject is comes from Derek Schrick. I missed that one. I didn't.
Oh,
I'm
all right, I'll
reading
show
it.
it to you
I missed
again.
that. No, yeah. Missionary is more intimate. That is true, Simo, sir.
Oh,
It is more
boy.
intimate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. This comes from Derek Strickland. From Tweaktown Gaming. I'm sorry, you guys are cracking me up. Microsoft has more bestsellers on the PlayStation Store than Sony does. I'm sorry, we got to poke the bear. I can't help myself. Microsoft is significantly leveraging its competition's platform to sell games, showing just how interconnected the Xbox and PlayStation really are. So. Just to kind of go over this real fast, it says the PlayStation Store rankings change on a daily basis, and the info provided from Tweaktown, from Derek, only reflects current standings. And this was of April 18th. This literally could be different today, but listing they're based on region too, based on everything's different depending on what country and region you live in. The best sellers list includes free-to-play games like Fortnite, which will always be in the top of the list. No surprise there. Prices will fluctuate, and discounted games will often top the list and or be included, which it's important that he said that because this is kind of part of that, I think. According to the PlayStation Store listings on the PS5 console as of today, April 18th, Microsoft has had 7 out of the top 25 best-selling games on the PlayStation Store. This includes 2 Fallout games, Fallout 4 at number 16, Fallout 76 at number 20, Call of Duty at number 2, no shock there, Overwatch 2 at number 7, that one actually surprised me, Minecraft at number 19, and 2 separate games that recently broke exclusivity, Sea of Thieves at number 12, and Grounded at number 23. Sony, on the other hand, had 5 games on the bestsellers list, 2 of which are not technically first-party games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. That would be Helldivers 2, developed by Arrowhead Studios. Good game, by the way. You can hate me if you want. It's fine. And Stellar Blade, or as I like to call it, Stella Yams, by Shift Up. So, I guess it worked. Like... I hate to be that guy. I know we're all like, there's a lot of doom and gloom about games being over there and stuff, but obviously a lot of this was boosted because of the Fallout show, which is fantastic, by the way. One of my favorite adaptations by a mile. But we're seeing it. Like, we're seeing it in real time. Like, hey, numbers don't lie. Yes, these numbers can change. They're day-to-day numbers, but Kay, kind of like, what's your opinion about Microsoft kind of one-upping Sony in their own store? What's your 2 cents about this?
People say it as one-upping Sony at their own store. I think this is how you turn competitors to partners.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, fair
because
enough,
remember, the money is not just going 100% to Microsoft. This is 30%, 30%, 30%, all to Sony, right? There was that conversation some time back where the general manager or something was pimping a Sony product. Every time, like, I listened to the official Xbox podcast. Like, I used to watch it when it was Major Nelson. I still kind of catch it because they drop nuggets there. Every time you listen or watch that show, they speak on a PlayStation game. Last time, what are you playing? Oh, yeah, I'm playing Final Fantasy, right? Oh, I'm playing this. They always, while it has been historically evident that they all live in this bubble where the other competitors don't exist, right? You will never hear Sony talk about an Xbox product unless it's on their platform, right? You will never hear Nintendo speak about any of that. But very Microsoft, true, okay. Xbox is quick to be like, I'm playing that Square Enix game. I'm playing that, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm playing that. They speak on it. They are turning competitors to partners. And when they do that, then no one gets mad when their stores are flourishing with Xbox games. This is a strategic, really, really intelligent move I think they're making. And all of this will breed well for them when the time comes and they go, yeah, so we did a thing with Crystal D. Yeah, so we did a thing with pick your next developer or publisher to be purchased, right?
Sure.
Because now you can't go to any regulatory bodies and go, they're foreclosing. No, they're not. Here's evidence. Their games are ruling the roost on every store. Everyone gets a piece. This is how they inoculate themselves from all that, right? Mm-hmm. I honestly think this is a great move by them to basically own all stores that they get to, right? Make sure the games are great. I'll be honest with you. I'm sure that there will come a time. We seem to have gone past it right now. We've moved past it. I see my console brethren are all back in the fray again. Everything's good. There may be a future, short or near term or long term, where you will be hurt once more. I will,
Kay's trying to prepare you. Yeah, he's trying to
prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Holy Trinity is not that holy anymore. The sacred cows are no longer sacred. The hamburgers, fries, and the shake might be elsewhere. You don't know. And by hamburgers, fries, and the shake, I mean Halo, Gears, and Forza.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I knew you were going
to. Just prepare yourself.
You know what I mean? Hey, how dare you? If we had virtual tomatoes, they would be thrown.
Forgive me. I am the actually guy. Right? While we're here talking about the general managers changing and the visions changing, let us not be Pollyanna in our thinking and assuming that this happens and, oh my God, they're doing great things. And now you hear rumors of Microsoft and Sony in conversation to potentially bring other games to Xbox proper, right? You hear all of this.
Yeah.
Right? You hear all of this. That Gears collection looking mighty fine when they announce it. I have no prior knowledge at all, but I will say I would be stunned if that doesn't happen.
Point. You see how quickly when we were talking about Gears, he's like, Gears going everywhere. Gears going everywhere. Okay, John.
He and I have had this conversation. We've had this conversation.
He knew you were going to say.
I honestly think people gotta pucker up and get ready. Hold on to your butts, because that's a shoe that will drop eventually, and people are just gonna be so that meme where you're just holding a fist like that's what it's gonna be. But money needs to be made, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. You could be right. I don't even want to disagree with you necessarily, but I do wonder. The only rebuttal I got to that, and I love Phil, but money's money. He did say, if I feel like it's going to hurt Xbox like as a brand, then he won't do specifically about porting games to PlayStation and other platforms, that he wouldn't do it. But here's the caveat. My definition of what might hurt the brand versus what Microsoft and the financial guys think might hurt the brand could be very different things, right? Like in my opinion, it could be like.
And another thing about that, imagine, you really think Phil will be holding those keys forever?
No.
You think he's going to be doing this? He's going to be holding He's going to be holding the tsunami that is the bag back forever. At some point, he's just like, I had a good run. Peace out. And a week later,
he's got at least 10 more good years in him, though. Come on, guys. Let's not ship him off just yet.
I don't want to ship him off. I enjoy the work he does. Yeah, I think he's great. I think he's done a lot of great work. But come on, man. How long do you get beaten up? How many years do you take those arrows only for your competitors to do exactly the same thing that you're doing after you've gotten all the smack for it? Eventually, you're just like, screw this crap. I'm going to go spend my money on an island somewhere. Like, he might be getting beat, a little tattered. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe this is what he lives for.
He's a community guy. He loves the community. The community talks to him, and then he does one thing the community doesn't like, and they got snipers waiting in the backyard. Like, him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all I'm saying is I don't want to be that guy, but hold on to your butts. I'm just saying.
Hold on to your butts.
I definitely want to say, Tim Dog, where did Phil exactly touch you?
Oh,
that you turned on him so bad. What happened? What's going on?
I got nothing to say about that.
I got nothing to say about it either. I'm just saying.
It's
just awful strange turnaround.
So, anyway. I mean, look, I think Tim. I love Tim. I know a lot of people. I don't. When I say that, I get attacked. Fuck you. Don't care. I still like Tim. Like, if you become like friends with people, you don't just shove them to the side because they said something you disagree with.
Yeah.
And I do not agree with what Tim did. I think he took it. I think he took it to heart. I think he was like an ultra super fan, and he took it personal. And I think And I think you can't take this sort of shit personal. At the end of the day, to Kay's point, he's like, hold on to your butts. Like, there's going to be more things that are going to piss off Xbox fans that are happening in the future. But to me, at the end of the day, what really matters, obviously, it's under my name, is Game Pass, and that I continue to get an extreme awesome value that is untouched and unheard of, pause, in this industry, and just blows everything out of the water, pause again. It's the best deal in gaming, and as long as I keep getting those first party titles into Game Pass day one, and a bunch and hundreds of other games, and if it helps the business of Xbox to sell their games and make profit and other ecosystems, fine. Do I want them to have Halo though? No, they can suck it. But that's just the fanboy in me.
That is one thing. Like, I have a lot of Halo memorabilia in here. I love my Master Chief. The day I see Halo on now, I'll caveat that and say it is interesting that there are two separate launchers for both the multiplayer and the single player.
Yes.
I see the single player on PlayStation will be a very unusual day for me. I'll just be like,
yes,
that's the only one where I'll just go, I don't know about that one. But all the other bets I suspect are off.
Did say she could see multiplayer going over there.
Yes.
It's a good point. It's,
money needs to be made, man. It's sitting on the table. It's been sitting there for years. Are you going to pick it up?
Yeah. I know. And it's like, what do you think the multi-trillion-dollar company will do? Are they going to be nice to us? Are they going to take the money? And
are they going to keep listening to Phil when he says, no, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Right.
Maybe it's time for him to go retire on his island because that money's still sitting on the table.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or he's made him a lot of money. Just saying.
He's made him a lot of money. True. I just hope they keep fighting the good fight and they keep them in the room,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
go ahead and read
I
that
agree.
one.
I agree, Kay. Casey says, at WebDave, Honest Dave with a celebrity guest from Halo. Captain K.Asante. At least I didn't say it this time. I usually give K credit.
I didn't say it either.
His twinsy. Yeah. I love it. One Bad Mother says, if they get 50% of their way to their Game Pass goals, 100 million subs, they'll make more profitable revenue than they ever did with traditional, 100% with traditional console model, and Game Pass subscribers will continue to win. Absolutely. Amen. One Bad Mother. Yeah, there's a number that they hit that sales just completely don't really fucking matter anymore. He says Phil won't fold. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I hope Phil's such a staple, and we're all such fans of his. Nobody wants to see Phil go away. It was, I love Sarah too, and I do want her to take over eventually, and I think she will. But I want Philly to go away. Spartan says, "Chitty chitty bang bang,
motherfuckers."
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's I'm just happy that Microsoft is doing all right over there on PlayStation, on the PlayStation Store. I think it's a good.
You know what's interesting that's not in there. What's so interesting that what was not in there? Square Enix. There were no Square games on that list, which I thought was super interesting.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That Rebirth, man, just didn't move the needle. I think you had a lot of people who played the other Final Fantasy games before that, and first of all, it's like split in three, right? And if you didn't absolutely love that one, you'd be probably not getting the next one. So there's obviously going to be some trajectory down for the sales of Rebirth.
And there wasn't any first-party Sony games aside from MLB, which is a multiplat.
Right. That's a great point, Dave. They should have really been all over that if they look. There was a lot of stats went out, and it kind of feels like maybe Final Fantasy is just not what it used to be back in the day. It's kind of niche. It's getting its ass kicked by what we call niche games all the time, which is what? Fighter games. Every fighter game beat that game. All of them.
Yep.
All of them, even Tekken, destroyed it. Like, I'm just saying.
Kind of like Spider-Man 2's niche. Anyway. I'm sorry. That was an expansion pack.
You just hate Spider-Man. Anyway. Yeah. What? I like Spider-Man. I haven't played the second one, but Miles Morales is the best. Yeah, I love it.
Expansion pack.
It was also $50, mind you, when I bought that.
Oh,
so
here we go. One
it
bad
was
mother.
cheaper. One bad mother says the traditional model, taking 30% of third-party sales, will shrink in terms of opportunity. Microtransactions will dominate, and subs have upside to grow. This is the right business strategy, in my opinion. 100% OBM. This is why I made my channel based on this, because I believed that this business model was the future. Sony's going to do it too. It's not an if, it's a when. They will bend the knee. For all you guys saying they will never do day and date, clip this. Yes, they will. Sorry, I thought that was.
Okay.
He says, "What's the point in buying Square Enix? Most of their games have not been successful in the last 5 years." Yeah, there's other to, like Dave always brings up Dragon Quest. There's other. It depends on what you care about. There's a difference between what the customer wants and what trying to get a new demographic, and that's the Eastern audience. If you want to capture the Eastern audience, I think you have to get some publisher from Japan.
And remember, you said it yourself at the beginning of the writing of this article. This is a snapshot of the 18th in time in the United States. If you took that snapshot in Japan, Square might be on that list.
True.
Very good point, Kay. Very good point. Yeah. To another point, there was a snapshot in Europe, and that was the number one. Fallout 4 was the number one game there. Oh, suck it!
True.
Just saying. So good. So right, yeah, it's different everywhere, right? We all like different things and different.
Well, if you have to, you need to make sure you bring the heat, right, John the Wolf?
You bring the heat. The Latin heat. Yes. I don't know why.
I run away from that on Monday nights, and you give that to me here. Like, what's going on there? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He's like, I escaped it.
I can't run away from that.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Sorry.
Too funny, man.
I didn't know. Oh, good. We're having fun here, man. What a great show tonight, guys. Anything else you want to cover, Retri? Or we ready?
I'll just go over this real quick. EA Play subscription service is going up. I think it was. Let me actually bring up the story real quick, just in case anyone hasn't heard this. If you are a EA Play subscriber, the standard edition of EA Play is rising from $4.99 to $5.99 per month, and the Pro tier is going from $14.99 to $16.99, which basically makes it even with all the other services now. And the annual version of that more expensive one is going from $179.99 to $200 a year. So the only reason I kind of brought that up is hopefully Game Pass prices will not go up. They shouldn't. I don't believe based on this, but it actually just made Game Pass just a little bit more valuable. Because we get the EA Play games. So there you go. Sure. But what else was there? There was the whole Ghost of Tsushima with the PC overlay. This was I was just being a jerk because I was just like, see more PlayStation stuff is going
real
over.
Quick.
Yeah,
I will tell you that game is my favorite PlayStation game more than any of the others.
Ghost of Tsushima.
My
nice.
number one over God of War, over any of them. Ghost is amazing.
Ghost over God of War.
Agreed.
Yeah, more people should play it. I'm so ecstatic. I will be gladly. I've actually already double dipped. I got it for $35 on PC. Can't wait for the day.
Deals.gg. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
I knew it. I should probably do that.
We'll
I love Ghost.
Steam.
It was. I used the hell out of the photo mode in that. It's just beautiful.
It's amazing.
To the point where I looked up, is this a real place? Because I was going to go visit it. It's not, by the way, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I love stealth in that game too, man. They did stealth so good.
It's a really good game.
I mean, it's like it kind of tells you, it's not quite the samurai
and
way.
I don't even like
stealthy,
stealth, Dave. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not a big stealth guy. No. But this game threads it so well. And when stealth breaks up, you're like, all right, man, let's stand strong, and I will murder all of you.
Yep.
Liquid death. It's amazing.
Liquid death.
I like going to towns, and I was like strategically picking. There's like one guy left looking around, like, 50 of the other guys are dead, and he doesn't even notice yet. Hello. You're dead.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So, yep. All right. Anything else?
I think that's all I got. I think that's it. Yeah.
What a great show, man.
Okay. Sorry. One more thing.
Let's do it.
On the way out. I didn't want to keep anyone, but there's Blizzard says it's still in talks of a possible console version of World of Warcraft. I find that exciting. The reason I even brought this story up, besides obviously it could come to Xbox people many years from now, not anytime soon, is the discussion, Kay, and I'll bring this up to you. Getting like it's, I mean, they pay $15 a month for this game. Like, is there a future where Game Pass just goes up another tier and there's the World of Warcraft version of Game Pass, or like how does this, it's hard for me to fathom the multi-trillion-dollar company saying no to $15 a month for one game when it is still doing good. And it's kind of in a resurgence right now because there's a lot of great content coming out for World of Warcraft, like a ton of it. But
Absolutely.
What's your whole take on a console version of World of Warcraft and what that might look like?
So I think that sometimes they do things for a reason. And this is my cynical take, just as absolute cynical take from me. They didn't automatically just turn Xbox Live Gold members into Game Pass subscribers overnight and then tout those numbers, right? We heard that those numbers are adjacent to Xbox Live Gold members. Their actual subscriber numbers are organically grown, so that there's that. You can't overnight turn WoW gamers into Game Pass subs.
Yeah.
But if you add WoW into Game Pass as a game on a console and on PC, now you can kind of combine them. And overnight, how many subs does WoW currently have? Right?
I can't remember the last
problem
time
we've
I checked. It
heard
was still pretty high though.
Is like monstrously high, even in their waning days.
It's gone down over time, but they're still holding a lot, like millions of subscribers.
That's right. The problem we've heard is, like people's sub counts on YouTube these days, hate you algorithm. People are having a hard time traversing that sub divide a little bit. Game Pass, it's at 30, it's 32, it's 35, it's you add WoW, it's 150. Bam.
Bam.
Right?
Candy Crush 200. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they can't do that artificially because that would be, we see through you. But the moment they roll a version of WoW and put it in Game Pass, that gives them impetus to combine Game Pass and WoW subs. Maybe add a new tier, like you're saying. But now, all of a sudden, all of your years and years of WoW subscribers become Game Pass subscribers.
Right.
Let's be honest. Most console players, most of you console troglodytes, look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing you. Most of them will probably not play it. Right?
Yeah.
If they could have, if they wanted to, they could roll it out right now because your Xbox supports keyboard mouse. They just never use it.
Right.
It does.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
It wouldn't move too many people to play WoW on console. Like, it just wouldn't. But the bigger news there would be overnight, Game Pass would be like 150, 200 million subscribers because now you can combine them.
Right. I wonder if it could be something in the vein of what Final Fantasy 14 is doing. You get to play WoW at a certain level cap, and then beyond that level, and get them hooked, which I think is a genius idea. I love this idea for MMOs. You get them hooked, and then if you want to keep playing it, a lot of people will try it. Right. You know, you pay to play, and to be fair, even though the keyboard and mouse thing is there, which I don't think that moves the needle whatsoever for Xbox players, because it just doesn't make sense for people to use their keyboard and mouse on an Xbox. But they were able to take a game like Age of Empires 4 and bring that over to console brilliantly, really.
Yes, absolutely.
And with a controller. So I think it can be done if it's done correctly with World of Warcraft.
Because look,
you know,
and they're saying, like, and as folks are rightly pointing out, most Xbox players won't play WoW, right? They won't pay for WoW separately.
But you don't.
But it's not about getting you to play WoW. It's not about getting a console player to play WoW. It's the opposite. It's about getting WoW players to join the Xbox ecosystem and potentially become part of the engaged consumer base.
Yes,
that's a huge number who are not players of anything but WoW. But if they magically just have a bunch of games now, all of a sudden there are a whole bunch more customers out of nowhere for you to
Thank
address.
you, Kay.
So
that's what I was trying to tell people back in the day too about this WoW, what it could mean for Xbox. You're absolutely right. It's all about getting them into the ecosystem and the possibility of getting that many people to buy anything else outside of WoW, or even to just nickel and dime them, unfortunately, with MTX and bullshit. You know what I mean?
I have WoW players. I know WoW players that I know who met a husband and wife, met each other in WoW.
I know
married
in game, married in real life.
Yes,
I know someone in real life who did that. Yep,
absolutely, and they are the target audience for all of this. Yep.
Something else tying in with Game Pass is that like right now, Elder Scrolls Online, they have a really nice every month now. They've started doing this more and more, but they have like some bonus content, some bonus things that are in Game Pass perks. Yes. And that's the only way to get them. And it both works on PC and on, it's cross-platform. So whatever you get perk-wise. And it's some different mounts, different animals, different weapons or armor, different looks, tattoos, things like that your character can don that are exclusive to the thing. I guarantee you that is coming. It's got to be the WoW type little incentives, Dave, or some gold stuff just to help tie that in. Just all the little, little things like that. Just the extra incentive.
I'll tell you right now, knowing
Diablo
someone who's a yes, Diablo's a great example. Dave's definitely onto something. Knowing the person that I know that is an absolute WoW fanatic, that might not mean much to a lot of people. It means the world to people. Yes. Those cosmetics. Remember, these people fucking have lived in this game for 15 plus years.
For years, and they've been paying $15 a month. For years for one game.
Yeah. So that a great point, Dave, bringing those Game Pass Ultimate perks up there. And if that was something that they could get them into the ecosystem, oh man. Whoo. Yeah. PlayStation guys are going to hate those numbers getting boosted by that, but too bad. Yeah.
Read that real quick. And then I got one.
Rayoids, very good point. Not only WoW, but COD will get perks. I would love to see COD. I wonder if, because that should be outside of the whole parody bullshit clause. A perk seems different to me. So you could be onto something there. I hope that does happen.
Big shout out to Paris Lilly in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Lurking in the background. We love having Paris here. He's an amazing member of the community as well. And one little thing I did want to we talked about this earlier in the show, but I actually found the clip. I want to play the little clip from Special Nick that kind of lit the fire earlier. Yeah, and but we got it here. Shout out to Xbox Era and Special Nick and Jesse and there we go.
And John,
and John, yes. Sorry, here we go.
So what I've heard, it's just a rumor that I've heard, is that there may be some very, very early preliminary discussions about the possibility of Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. Is it like
when I played Helldivers?
They're all like, thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Xbox feeling game that PlayStation have ever made.
It's doing very well. I mean, it's doing very well.
It's an absolute.
So what
there you go. And
I know, understanding rumors. Yeah, this is why I did not. I love Xbox Era. We've had Jesse on the show. I love those guys. I do, and I absolutely respect them. But like sometimes I'm just like I don't necessarily wanted to make it like a main topic tonight, but it's rumors. Like even Nick said, like remember what he literally just said. It's very early talks. Like the way he's don't take it too far with this. It could be a while out if that before that does happen if it's true. But I hope it does, man, because I think it's a good game. I played on Steam. It's a lot of fun. More
nice
games.
Little comment there from Paris, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, sure. Paris says, I told you if Final Fantasy VII Remake would have been on Xbox, but they called me a madman. Yeah, you got some hot takes, Paris, but I appreciate them.
I definitely think it should have been for sure.
And it's good that he joined now and not before when we were like giving him some other Nothing to see here, Paris. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Don't rewatch the show, Paris.
Don't watch
Oh,
me
he can
here.
rewatch all he wants to. We didn't
Skip over
disparage
the
him in any
TV
way.
show topic. Skip over the
I don't
TV
think we
show
did.
topic. Nothing
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, right. No. Oh, that's right. No, Paris, you should rewatch it because me and Kay agreed with you.
See, this is the thing. I'll never hear the end of it now. See,
I know. I promise.
There you go. You
Sorry,
got some
Kay.
fodder there,
I didn't mean to
Paris.
bring
Some
you
fodder
into
in the mix.
down in the depths with me and Paris, but
Oh, what a great show tonight, guys! You guys were absolutely. He said
says
I'm
I'm
rewatching. Awesome. Well, anyway, thank you, Paris. Appreciate that. So
I'm
K.Asante,
clipping it.
dude, thank you so much. He goes, and I'm clipping it. Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. I couldn't think of a better person for this topic to have you on, and you did not disappoint in any way. So, thank you so much for being here. Tell everybody where they can find you on both of your shows and and all the content you put out. That's amazing.
I will first and foremost say I always appreciate it when the council calls me. Had to come up, show my respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate being here. It's always fun. Either I'm on here or I'm in your chat. These days with the kiddos, they tug at me, and I'm like in bed, putting them in the bed, and I'm like, RHETRI swearing. Let me turn the volume down. I'm watching.
Kids.
But no, I love being here. I love chatting with you guys. It's always fun. So I appreciate the invites. You know, as I always say, like Batman, you put up the signal and I'll be here. I appreciate that. You can catch more of my musings and all the crazy stuff we get into on the Gaming Circle podcast on the K.Asante YouTube channel. We hold that on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've had a lot of people watching on X.com as well, like just hundreds of views watching.
It's
We had
crazy.
like 500-600 people, and a lot of them were in YouTube, literally watching from Twitch, from X. What do you call it? X.com.
From X.
So,
Yeah.
so I appreciate people doing that. So come check us out. We talk, all the PC and the console, and we have a lot of fun there, and we try to keep it evergreen and all of that. And then, of course, as you guys were saying, on Monday nights, myself and Mr. John Wolf, who was in the chat, Mr. Latino Heat himself, we do some PC talk. He is a recent congregate to the PC Brethren, so he comes, he asks questions,
Gives you
we get
the
into
fresh
it.
the new guy,
The
the newbie.
We talk handhelds, we talk just a bunch of guys like using it as an excuse to catch up and talk about the hobby that we both love. So come check us out. That is Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys once again. And not to be forgotten, always Wednesdays, primetime gaming, Mr.
Yes,
Boomstick
sir.
and Friends. Always a good time there. He's always got great guests, and I will never stop promoting that man, because without him, a lot of us wouldn't be here today.
None of us would be here.
None
That's
of
for
us.
sure.
This whole panel.
Yeah, so there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, great. Again, thank you so much for being here, dude. And I will get that artwork underway. You watch.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That will be cool. And I'll send to the indivital too. That way you can do whatever you want with it. No worries. No worries.
That may become
RHETRI.
my new avatar. We'll see.
There you go.
Hey,
There you go. RHETRI, my man. Please
sir.
tell everybody where they can reach out to you. I'm going to put the link to your actual channel.
Appreciate
so
that, man.
so that people can click on that right through. Of course, everything is in the description below for both K.Asante and all of us as well. So
Yeah.
please, if you miss it, if you're listening later on the replay, or you're listening on Steam, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to it,
All the places.
all the places
Yeah.
is going to be there in the description as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can find me, as you know, on Twitter at GamePass_daily. Most of you follow me anyways. I appreciate that. And Game Pass Daily, as Dave just put in the chat there. There you can find my videos. I talk about Game Pass and our new podcast on Saturdays, which was yesterday at 7 p.m. Called the Aim Down Sights podcast. That's with Red Dead Panda and Next Gen Nero. We have a blast over there. We talk a lot of trash, but it's just a fun time, man. The vibe is just great. So hopefully you guys can join us over there, and we'd love to have you. Thank you, K.Asante, for coming out tonight, man. I love talking to you about hardware stuff. You're Your knowledge is fantastic. Engineer to engineer. I love your takes, man. Sometimes you make me change my mind on stuff, and that's what I like. That's the type of guest that I love to have on here. Make me think harder. Thank you for over 400 people, like we said, between YouTube and X joining us tonight. You guys are awesome, man. You've blown up this channel big time for us, and that's all thanks to you guys. Super appreciate it. And thank you, Dave. It was a good show, man. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Me too. Me
Good
too.
times, man.
Enjoy it for sure. And just so everybody knows, if you're still sticking around the chat, you can just stay right where you're at. I'm gonna automatically, as soon as we're done here, or end credits go up, it'll automatically switch you over to a in progress live with 3-Bit and Fuzzy Belvedere
Excellent.
of Pixelated Echoes. So we're gonna raid their channel. So if you get a chance, let them know that that you hear from Gamers Council GC. All you have to put in there. So rating from GC, they'll know who it is. And I'm actually going to harass them myself here in a minute. So anyway, so guys, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you. And if you get a chance, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the way out, and please, these wonderful people that we have on our show every week, show them some love and let them know,
yes, sir.
That you appreciate them, and also another quick a shout out to Lotus Esprit for the 25 total subscriptions he gave tonight. That's insane.
Shout out, brother.
Much appreciated, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for joining us here on the well, make sure I didn't get another thing pop up. Oh, we're good. Okay. On the Gamers Council. Hello.
Game over.